Like, what would be the point of them taking that fight versus you?
We've won a lot of breezes.
No, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't understand. I believe you.
They just like it.
I believe you.
I don't know.
That's the title of the episode,
They
right
just
there.
like it.
We won a lot of
Dude, I'm
breezes.
telling you.
Spike planted.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Spike Talk episode 53. Frost is 53 years old, but we got a special guest today. We got Poojan here. Yo, what up? And
Speaking of 53-year-olds on esports, at least that's me.
Oh, so it's like dog years, like my boy Whiskey here.
No, it's
Well, yeah, think about it. In esports years, in esports here, if you are over 30 years old, actually, like in real life, then you are like literally 60, like 68. I'm not gonna say the number. 68 years old.
That is crazy.
Bro, it's
That's actually a good point.
So true, though.
Bro, we got to do that. Esports years. We got to like create the metric.
I mean, this is a full Unk podcast, and you can't tell me otherwise. It just is.
Combined age of 150, bro, in this one.
In esports years, yeah.
In esports years.
Sorry. Damn.
Yes. Yeah,
That's
it's so fucked up. But let's start off by talking about some of the Pacific games because, you know, we got Frost who finally qualified for an event, man. Congratulations. First time or what?
Huge congrats. You said first time or what? You're weird.
Maybe the devs will talk
Look at me, I got an ego and shit.
Nah, I'm telling you, this guy
God.
changed after he started competing again, man.
That's tough, bro. I mean, he doesn't even show up for SpikeTalk now. It's like kind of crazy.
Bro,
I'm
every
every 6
bro.
months, bro. Yeah,
Listen,
I know, bro.
I'm 56 years old, bro. How else am I supposed to compete with these kids if I'm not putting 20 hours a day in? So let's just talk about Frost's path to get here because you had to fucking play RQ first in that first round, and then you had to go through.
Well, I had to play
Demon.
Nongshim first to even get there.
Well, to qualify, but like, let's just
Yeah.
talk about the playoffs because fuck the regular stage, bro. The regular
Sure.
stage is whatever, bro. Like you guys did it. You cheesed your way into the playoffs, and you fucking.
I think I should be the one asking. Clearly, there's no objectivity here. I need to be the one asking
I'm
these
surprised
questions.
you didn't start with this whole 05 barbecue thing because we didn't win a map when we were there.
To be fair,
And hopefully
yet.
wait, why
We
wouldn't you
didn't
talk
get
about
there.
groups though? Because their group was harder than the other.
Yeah, it was the hardest group ever, actually.
No, it
We've
wasn't.
never
You had
a
the
group that hard.
easiest group of all VCT groups. What do you mean?
Bro.
You only had PRX, DRX, Nongshim, and Gen G. I'm not even going to mention the other team in the group, bro.
Whoa!
just not gonna
You
mention.
never forget about the family business, and they're saved, by the way, because of the new group draw. Let's not forget about that.
Wait, I didn't
know,
see
bro.
it. The new groups are out for Pacific.
Bro, and the groups are basically everyone contending for the champs points, aside from Paper Rex, who are obviously going to go to champs by
they're going to
points.
make it anyway, yeah.
We all have to play each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, actually.
Damn.
Hey, man,
Wow.
it is what it is, bro.
Let's get to that then. But okay, yeah, but yeah.
No,
you had,
but seriously, yeah.
you
we
had a
a-
crazy ass fucking group. It was the
Yeah,
most
we
stacked
did, we
group.
did, we did.
I'm just hard trolling right now.
Yeah, and then we played RQ, who's the second seed, and then Paper Rex. And then I finally got one versus Paper Rex.
How did you do it, bro? Like what? Like, all right, Poojan, from your point of view, because you were definitely watching the game, cheering for PRX.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm more curious about, because if you lose to a team that many times, obviously there are tendencies that you've picked up on. There's certain comps you know are coming. And you know this is a huge game, obviously, but let's just leave the pressure side out of it. As an analysis point of view, how do you like prep for that inside the server? Like, you don't have to give me like all the details, obviously, but like, do you change shit up completely, or do you just kind of understand that you came close to that time before, or are you really just trying to full anti them in any way? It's
It's not even anti.
anti-able team.
Sometimes I just try to trick them. Like the veto, right? We have a
Right.
Pearl. Everyone knows we suck on Pearl. That's why they picked Pearl last.
Yeah.
But we had a game plan on Pearl. Like most of the time, it's not even like anti as a like player. Yes, I know what Ilya does. I played him enough. The
Right.
thing is, you have more success when Paper Rex doesn't know what you're doing or can't think about what you're doing. Because Alex is also an anti-prep guy, and people
Right.
don't realize this.
Yeah.
Especially with
And
Wendler now too, yeah.
that's the thing. So the thing is, it's Wendler now that I have to deal with because I don't know this for certain, but you know what it feels like? It feels like one time they prep for us against us. The next time they play their game. So it's like I have to almost like guess which one they're gonna do now.
Fair. Yeah.
I got lucky in theory that the plans we had map wise worked because we got Breeze, we got Pearl. I didn't expect Lotus, actually, which was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So they got me on that one. But Pearl, it was either Pearl or Ascent. And if you saw what happened just even in the best of 5, we lost 11-13, but we had a 6-0 lead on Ascent. Don't even get me started on that. But the point is, Ascent and Pearl were the last 2, and we had plans for both.
Right.
Like, those were the 2 maps that I knew if they were map 3, we could beat them. And I knew they would ego us on Breeze because their Breeze is good.
Right.
But Breeze is also very good for us. And that basically was the whole thing. It's like, if we win Breeze, we can win the series. If we don't, unlucky. And that's kind of what happened.
That's how you beat PRX, bro.
I mean, there's no blueprint for them. There just isn't, because they never play this. Like, they will have tendencies. Every player in the world ever in anything has tendencies, but they just get going so fast, and then they just run you over and make you play their game almost always. And this is coming from someone who's played them twice, and nothing has changed from when I'm watching them. Like, no, I mean, Andre, have you played them?
Bro, this is the first time I played them. Like, I played them in the off season. The games were a lot closer, I will say that. But the Santiago games, it was like fucking informed PRX both times.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you also, those couple of rounds,
oh my God,
if they go your way on split, it's different. So
yeah, I mean, but that's like, dude, you play against this team and they win those rounds.
That's
so
us.
It's like,
that's
what the fuck can you do, bro? Like, when they're winning, dude, sometimes you could play a perfect game, like 95% of the way. Yeah. That last 5% is where PRX will just make you just look like a fucking noob.
Yeah.
And what can you do about it, bro?
Five maps this year. I've lost to them 11-13.
Yeah, you have had very close maps.
5 maps, 11.
So at what point are you just like, this is unlucky, or is this just like, you know what I mean?
It's just them, bro.
Like, you'd actually see it. Yeah. Like, I was mad about our Ascent because, like, I don't know if I'm gonna use Zombie again. We'll see in London, but they go double ops. The whole point of Zombie is tempo, and we're playing slow. I have a KO ult and a Sage ult. There's no, I don't care if you die. Just res and go. Once he takes the shot and loses the position, it's over. Because now he has to retake with the fucking op. But it's like, they just drown you. And then you become afraid of ghosts, I call it. You're like afraid of everything they can do.
You have to get a good start, right? Like, you just have to have a good start and snowball them before they do it to you.
I think the best way to beat PRX is, like, first of all, pray they're having an off day, because like every
but the problem with that,
the problem with that logic is any one of them could take over. Because by the time you get to, so everyone will be like, all right, it's Ilya and Jing. Yeah, okay. But then by the time you get down to Devi, you forget that he's probably, like, to me, he's like their most important player.
Maybe that's the secret. Maybe it's like Devi has to have the off day. Like, if Devi has the off day.
I've tried that. Still hasn't worked. Ilya's gone 19 and 7.5, bro. So it doesn't matter. I've stopped Ilya. Doesn't matter. I lose to Jing. I stopped Jing. Doesn't matter. I lose to Forsaken.
There's no secret sauce to beating
there's no
honestly, you know who has the secret sauce to beating PRX? Just guess, bro. Guess. If you were to guess one player, what player?
I mean,
if there's one player.
I don't know.
Frost, go ahead. You pick one player that has a secret sauce to beating PRX. All time.
Has to be Ethan, though.
Oh, well,
he's played him the best.
That's an honorable mention.
He's like never gotten destroyed.
No, there's someone better than him.
Maybe?
No, there's someone better than him.
Oh.
This is going to be some weird
I know
name.
it ain't you, so don't even pretend like it's you.
I never said it was.
Okay, I was just saying. You gave me that face. Who?
Icy.
Oh, my God.
Icy. Icy has 100% win rate against PRX. 100% win rate.
Yeah, because they are going into the server not expecting him to be nice, and then he's just nice, and they get caught off guard.
Yeah. No, I laugh. I like meme about it all the time. I was like, bro, if I was Icy, like, if I ever wanted to come back, that would just be my campaign.
That is your resume.
My campaign.
Yeah. But you know why that happened, though, right? People don't realize. Valen had their number the first, like, 4 times they played each other, because all they did was play slow, and all PRX did was walk into crosshairs and die.
Yeah, PRX didn't even know how to 4-1 back then.
But then eventually they stopped.
I know. I'm just memeing about it. But
that is funny, though. I didn't think so. But Ethan probably has to be up there, though. Honestly.
Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
Because he plays them the best, I think.
Yeah.
Beat him at champs, and then honestly, that Santiago win was legit as fuck too. Even though they got shit on the second time. But
Yeah, but that stuff like, bro, it's Paper X,
bro, beating them twice, beating
It's
Paper X.
Paper X.
I mean, if they're on point, you're just not winning, right?
Yes,
But
yes.
yes, if they do have slightly off day and you lock in, you can come away with a win. It's just so I don't get it either because I watch them play all the fucking time and I glaze these guys all the fucking time, and it's just such a chaotic playstyle. But the thing is, it's gotten less chaotic and more like the system is so clear sometimes to me, depending on the map that they're playing. If they're not snowballing, like say if the game is 7-7, 8-7, they almost make some of the best decisions I've ever seen them make in those big rounds when it matters most. They will consistently do it. And then on top of that, the amount of multi-kills these players are able to get without being traded or whatever it might be. It's just really quick thinking players in the moment. And I feel like not every team has that, especially when it comes to like every team might have that in group stages, maybe in playoffs, but not in the biggest moments all the time. And I feel like Paper X always pulls through when it comes to the biggest moments, at least lately.
It's the benefit of
always.
experience of having that
I always say the
experience.
same thing. I'm like, I have a top 4 that I will never stray from. And G2 and Paper X are on that list because of how much the core experience, the core chemistry is and how much of a big deal it is. Because Chem to me is on the fly thinking. Like on the fly playing with your teammate and them knowing hive mind, like knowing what to do off of you or vice versa. Paper X can do that because of how long they played together. And then same goes with G2. So that's such a valuable asset that I feel like isn't talked about at all because it's such an intangible, you can't really measure it. It's just, it's there. If you heard it in the comms, sometimes you'd probably hear quietness while they're playing. You know, they'll say 1 or 2 words, but each player knows what the other guy is doing or how he's going to react. And I think that's such an invaluable thing that these teams have.
It makes sense too because I mean, Frost, you built that full sense roster and like you basically built it, right? And like as soon as Cruz comes back into the lineup, like they start.
I told you would happen.
Yeah, they start putting foot in ass again though, and like
because people don't value IGLs
as well.
They think it's like people don't value IGLs. They think this shit is like a gimmick that like because they see other teams in like EMEA or like NA just go for full aim rosters and scripts. And they think that's like IGLing. That's not IGLing.
You can't build without an IGL. Let's put it that way, right? You can't build and get better and better and better. You always have ups and downs. And I think
like there's a reason I knew Cruz would be successful. And it's because he has the macro, he understands the micro, and he will do random shit like we played them in the finals. They copied PRX's comps. So they played split, right? We lost the PRX 3 weeks ago. He copied the comps and the scripts. The only thing he did was he put a 30-second delay on them. Because he's like, well, they struggled against this. We can run that. Let's just do that. That's not his coach. That's just him knowing, oh, you're struggling with this? Well, I'm just going to suffocate you with this. And let's see if you fixed it. Because if you didn't, I'm just going to kill you. And like that's stuff that like a rookie IGL or a guy that just follows a script wouldn't even think about or understand because that's just not what they're taught or trained to do. So like that's why I knew he would be successful because he has the aimers and he has like the macro and the micro to just basically like outgame you. So it's like you have to then beat Primmie and Jit. If you're doing that, then you have to beat his macro. If you're doing that, then you have to beat his adjustments. And if you do that, then you can get a win. That's going to be too hard to do, I think, with a team that good.
So you're expecting big things from them this whole year. Like they're going to get better and better and better.
Bro, I was calling it as soon as Cruz comes back. Watch, they're going to be fine. They're probably going to, if not qualify for a major, they're going to be right there. That's basically what I was saying. Like, watch, they're going to be better when he comes back. It's going to be free. Because in my opinion, Full Sense is a mistake. Well, actually, I shouldn't even say their name because they get fucking salty every time I say anything. But I said that him not being there is the reason why they didn't beat Nongshim in kickoff. Because Cruz is undefeated against Nongshim. Well, me and Cruz are undefeated against Nongshim. And they lost to them, and then Nongshim went on to have the run. But I think if Cruz was calling in kickoff, they basically fly through the top bracket because they had the easy bracket. And Cruz would have just made that shit into mincemeat. But it just didn't happen that way because for some reason, he's on the bench, and then he's coaching, but they don't have an IGL. They made Jit IGL, which Jit is not an IGL. So it's just kind of like...
Jit was IGLing.
Yes.
Must feel so good for him to come back and then do what he's doing now. He's never losing that spot again.
Bro, that's why he was doing this on the walkout. He's like, yeah, now what? Yeah. Like, come on, bro. Like, he knows. He feels himself now. And now that he beat me, bro, he was just talking shit to me so much. Anyways, it's fine, though.
He's never going to let you that shit down, bro.
But this guy's like, who's Frost? Disrespectful fuck.
Wait.
Then he picked, bro, he gave me the 2 best maps and beat me. So he was just. Anyways, let's not even go there.
I actually have a question for you, Frost, about like you as a coach. So when you have an IGL, say Cruz, before that, when you had Cruz, do you force your own system or do you kind of even it out with the guy that you're with? How do you do it?
Both. I force my own system first. Show me you understand the game. Show me you're not going to fuck up late game situations. Simple things like, small example. It's 10-9.5. We have 3 ults. They have 1. We can get the rest of our ults before they can get their ults. You have ult advantage. Don't fuck that up. Just cycle your ults well enough to win you these rounds, close out the game. If you do that eventually, then you start telling me what you like and don't like.
Gotcha.
Like,
so it starts with you. Always.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Fair. Okay. I was always curious about that with other coaches because I don't really talk to coaches that much, but it's like always curious because I know every coach like runs it differently. A lot of coaches are like, okay, they'll come in mid-season or even to a new team, right, that has a lot of chem already, and they'll be like, okay, like let's see how you play and I'll adapt to you, and I'll give you guys pointers here and there. And I don't like that because it doesn't. I
don't have the time for that.
Yeah, it doesn't give me a sense of like this guy has his own vision because those visions have to be merged. You have to make it work. And compromise sometimes too. Like there's probably some things that Cruz does or wants to do that maybe you've disagreed with in the past and vice versa, which is okay. Disagreements are completely okay. And I feel like as long as you can get past it and come to a compromise, that builds such an insane bond between IGL coach. So I was always curious about how you ran it. It's good.
In season 1 and first half of season 2 that we were together, so 25, like the first season, it was pretty much me doing a fuck ton of the game planning and scripting and like all that stuff. But like somewhere around playoffs in season 1 and then season 2, it was really just me and Jovi were just listening to Cruz at that point. Like season 2, when Thai and Primmie were basically like hitting on full cylinders, Cruz actually became the coach. Me and Jovi's became his assistant. It was more like, I want to play this map. I want to do this. I want to do that. I think we need to put him on this. I'm like, okay, cool. And I kept saying like, actually, Cruz is kind of coaching because once he felt that he had the shooters and the people to play or do what he wanted, he like immediately knew what he wanted. And then it was just us trying to like supplement the things that like he needed from us, right? So like if he didn't have the time to ante on this map, or if like he needs like, man, like I don't think I have enough like trap plays on like Lotus A. Like, so then we would like go into the lab and like we do it ourselves. Or like if like he had a problem with Killua on his util cycling, he's like, bro, he'd just go to Jovi and be like, bro, like he's killing me with this. Like I have no fade dogs by like a minute. Like what's going on? So like things that he couldn't get to. That was kind of our job, but he got to that point where he was a thing, and then now you see him as the captain, basically, just like
that's max confidence at that point in what you're doing.
Yeah. Do they even have a coach right now?
Huh?
Do they even have a coach right now, or is it just
they have
doing
2?
Everything?
But it is. I would argue
probably still him just doing most of the
work. It's
work.
the same thing. Yeah. It's like his coaches give him the reel he needs, and he focuses on what he wants. Right. So it's almost like the coaches should be used as almost like a check and balance system, like. Hey, Cruz, you think this is good, but it's not. Here's either the analytics or here's the proof I can give you, right? Because that's the downside of confidence, right? Is sometimes confidence turns into arrogance, and then you think you have no fault. So someone has to be there which is largely what I'm assuming. Of course, I don't know this for certain. I'm assuming that's why Sushi is there, right? To like keep him in check.
What's the ideal like as an IGL, Pujan, like your whole career, what's like the ideal like dynamic with a coach?
I think what you just said. I think a coach needs to come in with a vision for sure. That's why coaches with experience is always nice because that they believe in themselves. They don't need that set but then there are coaches like Bonkar, for example, which I think what he did was really, really good when he first joined NRG and he was working with me because he's like, I'm going to watch you guys for 2 weeks just to see what you do well, what you do badly without any intervention. And then after I've watched you, I can kind of come in and explain things that I just want to fix this, and focus. And then I'm going to start giving my ideas way more as we progress as a team. And I think the reason, because he joined and then we had 2 really good offseason wins, right? Our practices, though, were a nightmare in terms of like, there are so many mistakes that he was pointing out every single day. These little tiny things that sometimes I wouldn't even be able to take account of because I'm not watching everybody, right? But then we rewatch the VOD, and we just see it, or he would see it, and then he would bring it up. And I like that when people are able to do that. So I think the dynamic between a coach, like what Frost explained, is like you have to have your own system as a coach coming into a team, period. You have to have your own theories and the way you want to play and how you see Valorant. You need to have your own vision. If you do not, and you're completely accepting the team you're joining's vision or your IGL's vision, you are not giving much. Anybody can do your job at that point if you don't have your own vision. Anyone.
Kind of just like a
anybody.
yes man in a way.
Yeah, exactly. You do not want that. So I think that for me is the ideal way to go. Like I want someone challenging me and saying like, no, like this exec is good. This is why these are the things we need to adjust to make it work. The timing is good. This is good. That's good. The way we play our defense side, we're not proactive enough. Our retakes are ass. These kinds of things. You know, like you have to be able to say it with balls, and you have to fix it right there and then too. You have to have tough conversations. And then with IGLs, and I know this firsthand, like they're gonna have egos. You're gonna have clashes. Like I will give you my reasons as to why it is good, and then you have to come to compromises. I think more than
people
else.
don't like upfront discussions about like feelings.
No. Yeah, it's that's a human thing though, right? Like you probably feel like that's a human thing in any scenario. True. But yeah, you kind of have to get over that at that point.
Bro, I love the bluntness, man.
Right?
I'm just like, yo, just
You say that. Javi and Cruz hated it. Javi at one point this year early, he was like, heck, yo, man, you cool, but I don't like the way you talk to me, basically. I'm like,
shit.
Bro, I don't got the time.
I mean, there's
like a certain nice, brother.
There's like a certain line. Like even I had to tell Josh one time. I was like, "Yo, chill, bro. I'm trying, bro. Chill.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
I've noticed that Frost, you're hella transparent in interviews, like more so than I think a lot of other people are. Or a lot of coaches are. Is there ever been a player that's brought up to you like you'd say a little too much?
Primmie.
I think I would have as well. I would be annoyed as well. But I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong. I'm just saying it would be something I discussed with you as well. So I always wonder, I'm like, damn, he's giving the best answers I've ever heard as a fan. But fuck me if I'm on his team.
Yeah. But the thing that you don't know too is I set up traps. I be doing on SpikeTalk. So like I'll say something like, I think this agent is like super strong, blah, 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 so that people do it because I have a counter. Because I know people listen to me. So like even with
he's smart, bro. He's smart, bro.
Yeah,
He's
in
smart.
my interviews, you'd be surprised. Like, especially, over the last 2 years, if you think about 24 and 25, I could give you examples where like I will tell Andre, like, I say things about maps that I don't actually believe because I'm assuming my next opponent is going to be looking at this, and then
it would actually happen.
Okay,
it would actually happen.
You're
don't know
emptying
what's real or
you're emptying
you don't know
yourself
what's real or
IRL.
fake.
Yes,
But I will say that Primmie has had a conversation, or he. So I think a small example was I said I thought someone was better than him, and like this is good for him to like experience, and like he got really upset with that, right?
Yeah,
Which is like, it's kind of
you were
ironic,
right. I mean, Ilya is better than him.
Oh,
that's funny. No, it wasn't even Ilya, but the thing is, I think
shit.
I think a lot of times, like players, like even me, if you ask me who the best coach is, I'll never say myself.
Yeah.
I don't care about those accolades, bro. I don't give a fuck. You tell me, Pujan, who you think is the best, he's going to have to see me. That's the perspective I think everyone should have. It's not this like circle jerk of like, oh, I'm the best player in the world. Like, because I feel like if I'm a player, I would want to kill Aspas, right?
Yeah. I mean, realistically, which great player has ever said they're great?
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
So
I foam at the mouth playing anyone
me,
that has like any type of pedigree, bro.
Yeah, and you
it's
should.
So fun,
and for
bro.
me, if people complain about like my interviews, I'm just like, am I wrong? Did I say something dishonest? Because if I did, then we can talk about it. But if you're just mad that I said it, yeah, bro, we got to get better. So no, it's happened, but it doesn't happen that much. Like if you think, like Javi, for instance, this year, not once has brought that up. As a matter of fact, he's laughing in interviews a lot.
Yeah,
which is
not that serious. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, no. It's just more like I think they're so used to me saying. So how I am in interviews is also how I am with the team. It's not like I'm like masking it or like putting on a show.
Yeah.
So they're just used to this. Like I think we did a thing over there in Ho Chi Minh where someone asked like, "Yo, Indian fans are brutal," and I was like, "Bitch, I'm worse." And they know they about to get it in this VOD review. Trust. And like they kind of laughed. They all laughed. They knew like, bro, we about to sit in a 2-hour VOD review. This shit's about to be bad, bro. He's gonna test our micro. He's gonna talk shit. Blah 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 blah. Like they already know. Autumn already knew what time it was on. That's why he was cracking up. So
interesting.
Yeah.
I always wanted to know that. By the way, I am joking about Primmie. The guy's insane. I don't know.
No, we know. Yeah.
I think the only player that I have always argued with my chat, and I'm still going to argue to this day, is more talented than him. And I do think, like, and it's slight, is Hyunmin. Like, in terms of both being super young and very less experienced. Like, in terms of talent. That's just the only player where I'm like, I'm taking Hyunmin because I think overall he's a better player. Overall. Right? But this is Primmie kid, like I genuinely didn't realize how good he was till I watched him a lot this split. The guy's incredible.
He's got some of the best crosshair placement I've ever seen a player have.
Yes.
Genuinely.
Yeah. Yes.
Like at all times, head level, perfect wide swing, fucking distance. Like he's fast on top of it. I'm excited to play against him.
No. The best is his crouch peaks. He knows when and how.
The fucking tech.
The Primmie, hit you with a crossover. It's like,
he hits like
is there like an underrated thing about him that like no one would know? That's like, you know what I mean? That's like you don't see in young players that he has. Like maybe good comms, like ton of good comms that we wouldn't see, or he just has decent ideas during server time or something, or is he just like this quiet kid that just games?
Quiet kid that games.
Yeah.
Quiet kid that games. I'll say this though to your comment. I think if you're talking mechanics, Hyunmin isn't close. It's not close, and I think
it's not just mechanics. Yeah, I think Hyunmin overall.
But if you're talking about things outside, like Hyunmin's game IQ for a guy that young is actually criminal.
The way he rotates and moves around,
it's unbelievable.
He has the map.
Yeah. So there are things that he does that Hyunmin is much better than Primmie at. I would 100% agree.
Yeah. But Primmie, you think mechanically it's not close to anyone at this point? He's just way better than everyone?
Bro, I'm telling you right now, he's basically Sasha. The things I've seen are the same.
It's fair.
The same. It's actually crazy. And I'd argue, personality-wise, he has one thing over Sasha, and that is that this could be taken the wrong way, but I'll just say he's a much nicer person.
Like towards his teammates or generally?
Everything. My relationship with him might not be great, but that's because I was really hard on him.
Yeah.
And he won't appreciate that till much later in life. Even Cruz tells me that also, right? Because like I was telling him he's going to be the best duelist in the world, and he hated duelists, so he had me put him on deadlock. Now all of a sudden you see that Cruz knows he needs to win.
Play
what does he do? He puts him on every fucking map.
Bro,
now all of a sudden Cruz is okay
deadlock.
with it. It's okay though, bro. But no. But my point is like he won't. I don't think he'll have the same pitfalls in his career with teammates. As a matter of fact, most of his teammates revere him, right?
Yeah.
That's not to say he's perfect and he doesn't have areas that he can grow. And like there are things that he can definitely improve even in that aspect. But you won't see the like electronic, simple type of like personality conflicts that kind of can get in the way.
That's why I instantly asked towards teammates, because that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if he's nice to people outside of, like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
If you're good with your teammates,
you won't have that. Yeah.
It's always easier to work with you.
But in terms of like mechanics and stuff, bro, it's the same. Bro, we even added on flip side, me and Blade had basically the simple rules where people don't realize why Blade is the worst statistically the worst player ever. And it's because if you look at the rounds, we were buying 4 AKs and then he'd have a Deagle. But then on eco buys, Simple would always have an AK. Right. People never realized that we were doing this for like 3 years. Yeah. Right. And even when Simple was gone, we kept doing it. We kept, either with Electronic or Bondic, or we kept doing this. And people don't ever give Blade the credit for that. It's actually kind of weird. But I brought the Primmie rules, or basically now the simple rules, to Talon. Cruz was doing that shit too in 24 and 25.
Yeah.
So like people don't realize that like his teammates sacrifice for him, but it's because we trust him so much and we know how much of a game changer he is, that he can do these things and he does these things and he does it every day in practice. And that gives them the confidence to be like, well, fuck it, bro. I'll just risk my career. Here you go. Take this gun.
For sure.
But he's that good that you will literally feel as if I can have classics across the board. If he gets the first look, he's going to win that duel. We get another gun because they're going to go the other way, and all we got to do is convert this. And there's very few people. I've never been on a team in Valorant specifically where we did that for someone. He's the one.
Who's the closest player, like, would you say mechanically to Primmie? Like, who's like the second guy? Like pure mechanics.
I mean,
Is it another APAC player, or would it be like a Turkish player?
Max. I mean, for me, I think Vukashu. I mean, it might not be down
May,
to
maybe?
May also, but the problem with May, so the difference with May is May will get, you'll understand as a lot of people won't, but basically he only really holds right side angles. So his weakness is on the left side. So basically, like, Primmie doesn't have a weakness there.
Yeah.
He can left crouch peek, right crouch peek, and just destroy you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so like May has a little bit of an issue there, but I'm telling you, it's Vukashu. The only other player that puts, or sorry, not the only other player. You just said specifically about this, because Aspas has to be up there. Actually, he's above both of them. If you talk about big games, big moments.
I'm just talking just pure mechanics. Like,
right.
You take away
For
like
some
all the
reason,
bullshit.
to
Like,
me,
who's
Just put him in a
shooting like
50-50
Primmie?
fight.
Yeah, it's either
Who's-
Happyway or Vukashu, because those
Happyway's a good shout.
bro,
That motherfucker's nice.
those guys, players get afraid of them. I don't want to fight him in a one-on-one.
Yeah.
I've heard this from from Jit. Jit does not want Vukashu in a one-on-one, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, Jit is the reason I call Vukashu the Undertaker. I literally have a nickname for Vukashu.
He's the Undertaker.
And it's because, bro, this guy literally scares you. You do not want to fight him in a one-on-one. You need to put two guys on him because he's that good in one-on-ones that if you isolate him with anybody, he's normally going to win. And he makes you feel like you're going to win. So you feel like you're going to lose. So you need a teammate, which means your macro suffers because now you're in a 3-2 split. So that means you have to gamble somewhere, right? So to me, for the context of this conversation, I almost would have to say Vukashu because some of the Talon guys were afraid of playing him in a one-on-one.
Yeah.
And there's no other person that has done that or has made people feel that way other, like, to us, people know we're just going to stay away from Primmie. Bro, for a whole year, it felt like last year. You know what people's game plans was? Find Primmie, go the other way. It was it was a CNED thing.
The classic find Diego the other way, bro.
Yeah, no. Before that, it was CNED. You're not a ball guy. It was CNED. Find CNED, go the other way.
CNED was the main one, yeah.
Yeah. And then Vukashu, to me, is that also. Happyweight, obviously, is another one. I don't know who's the 1A, 1B, 1C in this context. Anybody can have their choice.
Okay.
But I think, clearly, though, the S tier of this has to be Aspas.
Right.
It has to be. Like, as good as Primmie is, big game, big moment.
Well, there's other things too, right? There's movements. That's how they jiggle. Like, for example, Ethan fights Primmie. I'm still taking Ethan because I know Ethan will jiggle his way out of that fight. Like, jiggle pre-fire. He's not trying to fight a guy 50-50. So if you're if you take your fights smart, it doesn't really matter if you can win 50-50 fights.
Right.
Like that doesn't, in the larger context at least, there's not gonna be 50-50 fights that often in this current Valorant. It just is not having to happen as often. So it's not the end of the world. Like, if you name a name and then people are like, wait, what? Well, why didn't he say this guy? Because it's like, it's in the grand scheme of it, it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
There are other things that matter too.
I hear there's so many Turkish players, Zeus and like all these guys. The thing is, I don't have the access to play them enough
scrimming
to have a
them
reference
and actually
point.
feeling it. Yeah.
My biggest reference points, honestly, were Aspas and NA, and then obviously now in APAC. I have way more experience with the Chinese and the APAC players. So my frame of reference will be there because I see this the most. And I understand like what people think here the most, but that's not to say that there isn't a Turkish player that is probably even superior to both of them. I just don't have the experience to say this because I just don't know.
Yeah.
Bro, for me,
your mom?
With who I've played, with who I've played so far, I think it's just like insert any PRX member. And that's been probably the toughest actual fights I've ever had to take in Valorant. Like all time. All time. I think out of
they are a super team. They are the only real super team that has ever existed.
For me, like match-wise, that was the hardest team I've ever played against.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I was dogging on kids in NA, doing the same waylay shit, same shit, like literally same shit to a T. Brother, it just felt like when I was diving in on waylay against anyone, any member of PRX, they just had a map in their brain of where I was going to land. And we're already fucking pre-aiming my spot where I was landing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like I would change pathing too, but they just knew from whatever. Maybe they Probably because they played against Waylay a bunch in APAC, right? But it just felt so quick. Like I didn't have time to even like adjust and throw the bomb down and recall. Like it was like, fuck, sometimes I had to just recall right away. Didn't even have time to throw the fucking saturate. Dead ass. It was so fast. Because I knew if I fucking landed, maybe I get the bomb off, but I'm dead. It was that quick playing against them.
And a lot of people don't realize how good they are until you play against them. Yeah. Because everyone's like, oh yeah, like I know what this guy does. I know how they play. But I don't understand how they have so much success. They make so many mistakes, this, that. But you don't actually know till you play against them. We could rewatch 10, 20 VODs until you play that first game. But first time I played against them, I had so much VOD footage beforehand from that tournament. And I'm like, I called them idiots like 8 times in a game we were losing. I'm like, these guys I don't get this. I don't get what he's doing. It's confusing the shit out of me what he is doing. And then I realized the way to beat them is actually not caring how they play. You have to fully focus on what you're doing. Like genuinely, you can't pretend you can read what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt at the time. Obviously, this was a while ago, so it could be different now. But that's when I realized, like, okay, I'm trying to think too hard about what they're going to do next. And I can't do that. It's going to fuck me up. They make teams play too much like how they want you to play. They set the pace, always.
And I'm going to play them more, so I really can't engage in this.
To tie the knot on like the PRX conversation, also, what makes PRX is like the fact that they're some of the most clutch players, I think, in the game. Like, put them, honestly, I swear they play better when they're down numbers than when it's pure 5-on-5. Yes. I promise you, if it's 3v5, fucking 4v5, 2v5, whatever the fuck it is, bro, that's when they are the most deadly because they're not scared. They're shooting gaps everywhere. And like you said, Pujan, when one guy is doing one thing all the way over here fucking off, the other guy that's across the map even knows the fucking commotion that was just caused, probably without much being said, and shoots his timing then as well. You know what I mean? Yep. And it's like it's so hard to play against when they're in that state where it's like they just feel like they're so separated, but still they somehow bring it back together. Like, and then all of a sudden you're down to like a 2v2 and you're just not winning that, bro. Yeah. You're just not winning that.
I will just say that the reason why mechanically they're not, so like if you think about mechanics, I don't think any of them would win. And I'm dead serious. I don't think if you did like a one-on-one tournament, I don't think they'll win. Because that's actually like their mechanics. Yeah, their mechanics are high enough for what they do. Mm-hmm. What makes them special is that they each have the confidence that they can own they can one flat you for an entire defensive half and win. Yeah. Because one guy's not afraid of 3 people and they know that they'll have help and, something's going to happen. What makes them, to me, special is really just the fact that, like, they play at a pace where everyone's rate of mistakes are increased. But even though they make mistakes also because of this pace, they're so used to it. It's like that Dark Knight quote with Bane where he's like, I was born in the darkness. You just adopted it. That's basically them. They'll suffocate you with the pace and space because it's like you're going to make more mistakes than we are.
They force you to because of the way they're playing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. They isolate fights and then they make you not play as a team because of the fights that they're taking. And that's what I mean when I constantly say on my stream, I'm like, they're the only team I've seen that every day I watch them play, they make teams play at their pace. Always. They set a pace, and if they want to change it, they change it, and then the opponent has to readapt to that new pace. And that's AIDS as fuck if you're having to do it every round.
Yes. Yeah. And I think they are blessed by one thing. They're blessed by so this is why G2 and IC have back then is because if you're patient enough, this is why Fnatic beat them last year. Yeah. If you're actually patient enough, there are enough advantages to be found if you're willing to be patient enough and you can capitalize on the opportunities. The issue is we live in a world here in Asia where these guys don't have patience. Everything has to be won in the first 30 seconds. And no matter how much you beg people to just sit back and wait, someone is going to peek looking for a fight. So they're playing in the perfect region with no discipline, with a style that they're the best at, in an era of a game where there's no sentinels, so now they can just run you down actually and not get penalized for it. So this is like the perfect meta with the perfect people with more experience than everyone else, when everything is on the line now, because now as every champs year goes up, more money is in the champs bundle, and the stakes get higher. It's like perfect for them.
So do you still think that like Fnatic is like the worst matchup for PRX?
Yes. Well, yes.
Yeah, probably.
Even
Yes.
now.
I think you
Brother,
guys too.
yes.
I actually think you guys as well.
But the problem is I got
Talking
people
about
that
global
like
or G2?
G2.
No, he's talking.
Just G2. Just so
I
you
thought you were
guys.
talking about me. I was like, no, the problem is I got people that just want to do this all the time. It's like, all right, man.
Well, yeah, not you
got
guys.
it, bro.
Definitely not you guys. You guys have lost way too many times to them.
I agree.
But I just think, again, like you said, it's the consequence of the region that you play and the players you have, right, and how they
Unlucky.
play, which is what it is. But I do think NRG G2 Fnatic would be annoying for PaperX
Yes.
at random times. It just depends on the day they're having.
And the game plan you have, because you can game plan around them, but you need to be able to still shoot them.
Because what Andre said is completely perfect, by the way. Like, I didn't think about this earlier, but like, there are so many scenarios where I've seen G2, NRG, like Fnatic in advantageous rounds one that where if they're playing any other team, they win the round.
Done deal.
Clean.
Bro, Lotus last year, 3 5v3s.
Yeah,
It looks like us versus Vitality.
That's my point. Is like they will win those rounds. And I don't know why, but it almost starts to feel like teams like G2, Fnatic, and NRG start making mistakes in those situations. And it doesn't feel like PaperX is doing anything different compared to other teams, but they are, kind of. They'll throw one piece of util that will just screw everything up. They'll change, will manipulate a rotation here, and then this guy takes the timing, like you said. Like, that is so true that they win so many disadvantageous situations that almost break your money or at least break your mental to some degree. Because you're like, if we won that round, we probably win this game.
Bro, it's just so mentally taxing
really
playing a team like that because they're doing that every fucking round. So it's like over like the entire map, over an entire series, you kind of just get beat. Like, you get worn down eventually. Right. And you need like a lot of mental fucking stamina to deal with, like they pulled off this bullshit ass round. And even the rounds where, bro, even if you win those rounds, it's never clean. It's never like
you're
a fucking,
one alive, you still have broke, you have 2 shotguns next round.
You know what I'm
cooked.
saying? And like over a whole series of those moments happening and happening and happening.
Right, they're overwhelming. They're just actually overwhelm you.
And they don't give a fuck because that's, to them, it's so like they're so born in the darkness, like you said, that it's nothing. It doesn't take any bandwidth for them to do this shit. Like, this is stuff that, like, if you want to be like PRX, you gotta like train. You gotta like train that. It's a skill. You know what I mean? Yeah. They already perfected that, and their training now is learning how to like, defaults low and like add that shit in, and they did it, to an extent. And that's why they won the fucking trophy and shit like that. Like, they're way more complete than they were like a couple years ago.
It's why what's funny to me is when people try to copy PaperX's style, I just laugh. Because you'll never have the 4 years of experience doing it.
Right. With the same teammates as well every year.
It seems great on paper until you try it, and then you realize, wait, why isn't it working?
I think a big thing was there was like an analogy because we were like incorporating like a lot of like aggressive play, and we were like memeing about how like we're sneaking and running it down in kickoff, right? And I think there was like some very similar like analogy to like a NA League team that like adapted like the Korean play style. I don't know what it was exactly, but like it's like it works in your region because your region's not used to playing it,
right?
But then it's like you can't like beat the master with the same type of play style. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like that. That's like, I think it was our sports psychologist Robert that told us about that. It's like, dude, like our first match against PRX, like we were trying to run them down and shit.
Yeah. Beat fire with fire, but they're better at it.
These motherfuckers played more disciplined than us. Yeah. It was insane. We blew our load running it down on split. Yo, we got bomb down. Wait, they have full util? They're doing a set retake? Oh, fuck.
It's literally controlled chaos is what it is.
Fuck.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And that same thing happened to us, too, on split when we played them in the group stage.
Yeah.
We got free bomb sites. We won macro almost every round. And then they were like, but wait, how much util did you waste? Here you go.
It's funny, right?
All of a sudden we die. And I'm like,
dude.
So one of you is playing for a top team and one of you is a coach for a top team. So I have to ask these 2 questions. One, why are post plants such a big problem right now? Like, just specifically post plants. If you watch the games across the regions, it feels like teams are consistently getting into bomb sites more times than not. And then just struggling to, like, that step 2, step 3, the proactivity in the post plant doesn't seem to be there often enough, in my opinion, compared to what it should be at, the level it should be at 5 years into Valorant.
That's a layered question.
I think I'm gonna give you like the most most obvious answer.
Have your guys' teams dealt with that often this year, or is this just like watching other teams? Okay,
I know how to answer it. It's not just like it can't be a headline. It's actually nuanced. The biggest one is you spend most of your practice assuming people are going to fast flood or gamble stack, because that's what people do. There's really two styles of defense right now with no sentinels. It has to be you have to be able to retake one side every round, or you need to fast flood everything and just 1-3-1 the whole game, or up until you decide to make a change or whatever. So most of your practice time is on getting the bomb down. Then you do have practice time for here's what our post plants are going to be. But the problem is most teams, at least in my opinion, if you're practicing 1-3-1s and retakes, their retakes will have way more practice time than your post plants. Because on your attack, your practice time has to be split.
So are you running into too many different variables that you haven't seen in practice where communication just breaks apart in these post plans?
No, it's more that
sometimes
teams are just different, because the comps, like in Pacific, the comps variance is much higher. So you know how to deal, like on split. If you're going, small example, Paper Rex's comp, double duelist, it should be terrible on defense.
Right.
The thing is, they have double entry on post plant. But if I play Cruise comp with just the Neon and the Vice and shit like that, and the Viper, right? That's a much easier thing to plan for, because you don't have to worry about the speed and the height, right? So small example is on one retake, Paper Rex would jump on the double box on split on B, right? And then the Rays will scale from rafters. Well, now you have to deal with two high points. So your B main guy can't actually fixate on Heaven, because now he has to look here. Oh shit, there's a jet smoke. Now I got to wait for the jet smoke. At the same time, somebody is coming lower. So you see what I'm saying, right? It's like, if it's Paper Rex's comp, that's one thing you got to work against, and you got to remember, and you got to work for it. Then it's like, now we have a slower comp, like the crew example I gave you, right? Like that's an entirely different one. Now you have to have one guy play anti, right? Because the Vice Vice is probably going to come through pillar, or you have to have somebody break it, right? But then that person is no longer a gun on the field, so now you can't timing peak because you have to be ready for this.
Right.
So like against Paper Rights, you could timing peak if you're lucky. But the problem with the timing peak is you got the Hell guy, then you got this fucking guy here, Ilya, then you got some other guy, Rafter. So it's like now you have to deal with three different. If you think about it, that's like just on that example alone, you have three different places
variables.
To put crosshairs.
Yeah.
So it's like, to me, the easiest thing to do in that situation is like what you said, proactivity. But the problem is your whole execute, you have a smoke or a wall CT. But if they give it to you and they're not fighting for it, then you don't want to do that. So then
you use too much util as well.
So then
that's the problem. You have to use that util as well, because like he was talking about, they could be imbalanced and just be stacked, or they could just flood. So you need to throw the anti-flood.
Right, but in my head, you guys know that that's a possibility. Like you know in your heads that there is a chance. Like you say you VOD review and you've hit a site twice, and both times you've used max util, and both times they've played 5v5 retake. They have more util than you now on their retake.
Right.
Isn't there a set plan for that already predetermined?
Well, but then that's when they fucking cash in the aggro forward play and disrupt all your shit because you didn't use util. It's just like,
or
like good teams just.
What would you do if that happens, Pujan? You would double wrap. You would double wrap. Like if you're on Mirage,
you just completely change or you swap with the opponent, basically.
Yeah, right. But the problem is in this game, for one, you have non-CS players, so you have to teach that, right? Like when to send a lurk, when to bait a lurk, when to actually send two, but one is on a way accelerated timeline, and the other one is on like a late lurk, like what EG did in 23, right? Like that with the like that shit, boostio. The boostio and then the calm, or the demon one and then the calm, right? Like you could do that, but then it goes back to practice time. It's how much are you going to spend for these specific scenarios when you still have to worry about macro and
there's too many things to worry about.
Yeah, and there's not enough.
Do you guys agree that it gets overlooked a little bit, or like do you feel like you work on it enough, but there are just too many variables?
I'm sure it's overlooked. The problem for me, at least this year, is not having an academy team is killing me. Like Javi would be much better and much his growth would have been much more accelerated if I had an academy team like I did on Talon. Because I just have a permanent scout team.
Like just
that, like, we can
permanently
just go through the scenarios on.
Yeah.
Right.
Fair.
But I don't have that now. So now it's like everything has to be like in real time or like Valo Plant Watch, which is like not the same. So it's like it's harder for Javi, I think, than it was Cruz, specifically for this reason. But the thing that I'm having a problem with in the game is just that there are not enough, I think, faculties to defend yourself. Everything is about aggression. So a small example is if we ran a cipher in this same scenario, there's so many of these situations that we don't even have to worry about because I have a trip. I have a post-plant trip in cages. But because you don't run these agents anymore and you don't run sensor or like Deadlock, try to do this shit against sensors in a wall. Yeah, good luck, bro. But because everything is like,
when you gain something, you lose something anyway. So
so it's like it's just so much harder because I think in these areas, teams like PaperX get to benefit from the fact that they're mechanically better than you, and also they're okay with you acting first. And when you make the mistake first, now you're penalized even more for it. And then I think that like the Koreans would be the other example of that, like the crew comp, like the slower comps. Those guys will also bully you, but their way of bullying you is they'll send flanks now. Yeah. Like PaperX doesn't really walk down and flank you, but the Koreans would. So like they have like a CS style. So all your focus is forward, and then all of a sudden now you're getting wrapped by meteor or you're getting wrapped by. So it's like you have to train too many disciplines in a little bit amount of time. And you talk about it because I promise you, the Primmie clip on us in finals, which I know you watched.
The Breeze?
No.
Primmie clip.
Split. He gets the ace.
Oh, he was
I
like,
don't remember.
Okay, he kills the
Split.
Raze Rocket, kills Raze Rocket, right?
No. It's a 5v3
one?
retake on A. Yes. 5v3 retake on A.
Yeah.
I got 4 people clearing ramp. I got one guy having...
Bro, can we get the clip? Can we get the clip?
Yes.
Can we get the clip, bro? Play the clip. Let's watch. Let's watch. Live bot review.
So first off, let's just fucking talk about just tactical FPS game theory anyway. The defense wants to retake from as many positions as feasibly possible. The whole point of not rushing a retake and letting the util and the smokes go away is so that you can clear everything and then you get to focus in on the bomb site. And now if you have util, you have advantage because they have to be hiding in these pockets that you know where the pockets are.
What was the
right?
It's a process of elimination, yes.
Yeah. I have, with 20 seconds left, I have so the round is when he gets an ace. It is us on defense, and Primmie gets a 4K lower. I don't know. I don't remember the round, but it was probably like 11-8 or 10-7 or something like that.
Through it now.
Split.
Okay.
Anyways, the point I'm making is, guys, you don't think I fucking talk to these morons about, if we have a retake and you have screens, heaven, and ramp, we shouldn't all come out of one. I have. Yep. And then in that instance, the spacing is bad, and then Primmie gets an ace. The counterpoint to that is, you know what I've seen Javi do in reverse? I've seen Javi go, guys, I think there's a trap and ramp. How about all 5 come out of screens? And I've seen that work. In a game, that matters. That was important. So all he did was, let's clear ramp this time, and let's just go from lower. Fuck it. Let's just go together. So it's like...
I found it.
We talk about
2 to 4
these situations about in a 5v3, 5v4, 5v5. Optimal is you want high ground and low ground to come at the same time, and you want to just wait out the smokes because you only need 7 seconds, on a defuse. But in the moment, they felt strength in numbers. The problem is they're opening themselves up to 50-50. Either someone's in the smoke or someone is close left. And they try to clear and optimize.
Plus, it's
for both.
A lot of noise being made too. They know what you're doing about 5 seconds before you actually do it, so they can calm that to their team, and then they reposition entirely for that retake. Which is why you want that retake to. That's why floods are so good. They can't prepare for it.
You can't set it up.
Yeah. So I only give you this explanation so that you understand. Like, I promise you, we prepped stuff like this. If you have the advantage to hit all 3 points at the same time, they can't defend it. They don't have the bodies.
Right.
It is in your advantage.
Right.
But sometimes things break down, or in the moment, someone makes a gut call, and then you almost have to live with the result. Yeah.
Pressure plus like you're reacting to like what they're doing too. Like, I don't know. It's
because I was going to ask you the same thing, Andre. Because our region is a little bit less chaotic for sure, and I feel like that would be a strength for teams like you guys even NRG, 100 Thieves, even just teams who play so fundamentally well or try to at the very least. It just feels, even in Americas that I've been seeing, I just feel like there's just too many retakes that are working, flawlessly working. And post plants are just dog shit. It just feels like I've seen consistently wrong reactions for the utility that you still have in play, for the amount of 1v1s that are being taken by people who should not be on island, aka like the only person on the site that's like baiting all the utility. Should usually be a duelist that can move faster. Like, these protocols, it feels like, are just not talked about in these teams. Just about how many post plants I'm just seeing getting thrown away. It's like, if you had won that round, dude, they're on eco. Like, this is, you're bringing yourself back into the game, and now you've not only lost the round, you've lost it clean as day. It's like almost like the opponent wanted you to take this because of how dog shit they know your post plant is. And it's not a flood, by the way. I'm not seeing floods. I will never be like, wow. Like, you know what I mean? When a team floods on you, they're ahead of you that round. Sorry, they just are. They know what you're doing. They have 4 guys there ready for fucking retaking on you. Yeah. That's not what I'm complaining about. I'm talking about set retakes that take about 5 to 10 seconds. You have 5 to 10 seconds to reposition where you're at and figure out what your retake is, what your protocol is. Like, for example, Lotus C. If you're pushing water, do it, you know? And then pivot back to CT, pivot back to site, whatever you want to do. But these teams are not doing that, it seems like to me. And it feels like there's almost like a regression in comparison to every other year that I've watched Val.
So I'll just speak about it like regionally. Like, I think the top teams in NA have that grasp and understanding of like how you should be playing the meta and the post plants, and the rest aren't even at a point where they can even focus on that. Pujan, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's very top heavy in terms of that. Like, the other teams have so many other shit that they have to work on problem wise that like sometimes they're not even getting a priority. They're not even getting to post plants, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like on average, I would say like that's why Frost says this stuff about like the top 5 Pacific teams are like the top 2 NA teams. Do you know what I mean? Because like I think that they're just Pacific has just been ahead of the meta for a little bit now. Like, there's a little bit more competition there, a lot more teams more up to speed. Whereas we got teams in NA that are fucking half their team is quitting in the middle of the fucking season, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure. It's like, you know, another post plant. Sorry, just one last thing.
Yeah, no problem.
One more post plant that just pisses me off. This Breeze B bomb site post plant 5v5, because it's like Abyss, right? It's like literally, if teams aren't on, they're fully off. It's going to take a bit for them to retake that shit. That's a lot of ground to cover before they take all of backhaul. Brother, the amount of times I've seen a team on attack side just fumble this post plant blows me away on gun rounds. It blows me away how many high-lows they just give up on or don't do to begin with, and how many 1v1s they choose to take. And that's why I was bringing it up, is that's the map I was thinking of, along with Lotus.
I knew you were thinking about B-side Breeze, too. I knew it.
It's just frustrating for me to see good players not be good in those moments.
Fair. The reason I was going to interject that is I'm actually glad you said that, because I was thinking, like on Breeze, for instance, the reason why you see Pacific struggle on Breeze, especially post plants, whether on A, like if you notice, we killed Paper Rex doing that on Breeze. All our retakes and post plants basically worked, but it's only because their comp, like in Pacific, the comps are largely centered around double duelist. And that's the problem with your post plants and most likely your retakes. Aggro. You have to be aggressive, and someone needs to win a fight first.
Right.
Because it's like you're playing against quicksand at that point. If you have the 5v4 advantage, because you can trade, or at least on double duelist comps, like if you think of the way PRX plays, they use their health as a resource, basically. So if they're in a 5v4 post plant, one of them will just use their health as basically a beacon, basically like a recon dart. And they're so good that they still might get the kill. And then it's even worse. Whereas in NA, your comps, like I brought up the crew NRG split comp, like your comps are not built like that. Your comps are relying largely off of utility instead of bodies, right? And I think that's like even RQ runs, but they're like very patient though. Okay, so RQ might be the exception to this, but most of the teams, like if you think of Nongshim, right? They won a major, but their Neon Phoenix has Neon or Phoenix literally fighting the defense before they even get in the retake. If he dies, if Francis or Danby die, for us, it was just cookies. Like, okay, here we go. Thanks.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because they have to play that way.
They also had Corrode in the map pool. It's just late rotates as well, and they killed the two guys at the site. It's like they got time.
Don't mention that map, bro. Can we not talk about Corrode?
I still think you should have been on Chamber.
I don't want to hear that shit, man. I don't want to hear that shit. Anyways, another thing though is like for NA, probably more other regions too. Like the Harbor is so fucking good on this retake because of the Cove and the Tide. That also makes you want to have to play forward and like disrupt before like you just get bill ordered. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
about the Harbor,
but
Phoenix
why not
stuff?
power numbers then? Why not power numbers? I'll give an example.
Right.
If you're B site on Breeze, that backhaul area that can't get utiled by anything, really. You're basically there's a wall in front of you. You're chilling until they peek into you.
Right.
Like they have to.
Are you talking about like the NRG? Like the NRG?
Yes, the fight with three guys in that spot. Just power numbers. They have to peek one by one in that angle. And even if at worst case they jump spot, you have a potential high-low you can do. But at the very least, you're not sitting there battling util or getting max util. Yeah. Maybe besides one good KO or Phoenix Flash.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yes, that's it.
Right? So if one guy's antied, there's a cubby there, by the way. You could have one guy antied, one guy off-angled. Like, not one team, by the way, has done this setup. Besides... actually NRG. That's the only team that I've seen that are able to play that triple side and don't really just give up the picks midway through the retake where the team comes through the Viper wall with the flash or something, and then the site guy dies 1v1, and then the fucking guy in the cubby, the right side cubby as you go into B, that guy dies after trying to trade that. Like these 1-by-1 deaths in these post plans bother me because it's not even like an attempt at playing with your teammates. You're not even attempting. You are like in these cubbies in these spots that you aren't really gaining much, really. You're not. Because the bomb hasn't even been tapped and three of your guys are already dead. And that's what really bothers me is like, and then A site, same thing. If you play two right tit and one guy behind the box, you could still triple peek that at any point with one guy anti-flash, right? So even if they have a Harbor and they use max util on you, unless they have ults is different. But if they have no ults, I don't understand why teams don't use their numbers more. And instead try to get too aggressive. When it's probably the more obvious thing that they know you're going to do that you're going to be that yellow probably with your duelist, right? And then that guy gets isolated or goes 1-for-1.
Yep. So it's its own like little mini metagame, bro. That you have to constantly be swapping around, and sometimes you make the wrong choice, and then if you, like once you fuck up once, like as a player, like you kind of
gets in your head a little bit.
Yeah, you kind of like, oh fuck, like they punished me like this. You stop doing maybe what you should do, and now you're doing something that you've never practiced before. Because you just thought it just wasn't working. There's just like a lot of it is the mental. It's the mental side of it, and like you just got to have that resilience to like really remember what you did in practice. Like if you had practiced it. Where
I think on Breeze though, if you go to it's just hard for the defense because that cubby on the right. Like if you think of a attack post plant, that cubby area on the right where the box is.
Yep.
That left right is so hard. As a defender to break through, you have to basically go in the Viper or wall and then spray and hope that you win, but then you can get counter spray. So like you have to be faster. So like for me, I think it's just in APAC, people are just they're so strong with their aim because RQ is probably the only team that does what you're talking about. Like on B, they'll do the pop flash to give someone, it was Meunier at the time, the ability to win that first angle.
Yep.
The right side retake. Yeah. And then on the other side, they'd flash for that guy in that 50-50, but like nobody else really does that.
And that confuses me. That's all because it feels like a high percentage play.
Yes, but the problem is you need good KOs. I think because even T1 runs it, but they don't do it. Yeah, but Crazy Guy would do it. I think you need like a good KO, which is why NRG is so good with it because of Ethan, obviously. But because if you think of the comps, Phoenix has to get too close. He has to set up himself. Yep. And I think they're always afraid of getting sprayed through smokes because in Pacific, everybody now is finally learned. Like NA
the Phantom is
the whole time.
Good, bro. I'm on the Phantom wave. Oh,
you need to burst through stuff. And I think that's probably why Phoenix and Nongshim, who I brought up earlier, struggles on that map so much, is because they don't actually use Phoenix. They use Phoenix to get on the bomb site. Then he's basically just a turret.
Right.
That's what Danby has become on that map.
I don't know, like you guys have been watching 100 Thieves at all. I actually like the way Asuna plays this Phoenix, man.
Yeah, but
pretty fucking good.
I mean, to be fair, bro, some of these people are giving him picks they should never give.
I'm just gonna say this: that the Phoenix retake with the Harbor stuff, where he stops the bomb plant, goes over. Yeah, okay, man. Try that against Patman and see what happens. This is what I'm like that stuff. Like Nongshim try to do these things too. It's not like Nongshim is bad. They run like it also. It's just that it doesn't work the same because our players are also faster and more, I would say, confident in their one-on-one.
You're just not scared. Like, honestly, like Asun is just getting peeked by an APAC player and dead.
They're looking deep fights, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, I'll give you an example of one thing I know NA might struggle with is, the Breeze B, I don't know what you guys call it, but I still call it arches. But there's
McDonald's.
a different name here in Pacific. Right.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
Mickey D's, baby.
A guy like
That's
Pat,
a fucking M.
Pat, Crystal, and Javi will literally stand in the open behind the pillar and just look there and just take anyone in a one-on-one. My guys love that fight. Vukashu also loves that fight.
Yeah.
Right? You don't see people hold that in NA without an op.
Yeah.
My guys will literally go, I dare you to peek this. I'm fighting you right now. Right? So there are little areas and pockets that Pacific just would prefer. Yeah. And then other regions don't. So then all that util dumping is just it's just killing them because it's fuck, well, this is a bad spot now because, now they're here instead of there. But my guys, for instance, won't let you get there.
Right.
You just can't without the fight. You might win the fight and then you'll get there and then you probably
Wait, you're talking about a regular B exit? Isn't there just a harbor wall there? Or a Viper wall?
No. Yeah, now. But that harbor wall has to go down. But when it goes down, we're ready there to fight. Because that's what we were doing versus Nongshim.
Who is taking these fights versus you guys? Doing this shit? What would be the point of them taking that fight versus you?
We've won a lot of breezes.
No, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't understand. I believe you.
They just like it.
I believe you.
I don't know. That's the title of the episode right there. We won a lot of breezes.
I'm telling you. They just, another one was...
that was so fire, bro.
No.
That was so good, dude. That was so
Another one is
good,
the pyramid drop, where the smoke in the middle, it goes away. That.
They're
bricks
fighting
fight,
you yellow. They're fighting you the bricks angle to slide.
Yeah, as soon as it goes away.
Fight happens. My guys are just on the back wall, waiting for it to go down, and then they just kill somebody. Right? These are things that I've seen NA. They don't do that. They don't challenge those areas.
It's almost
that
we're we think it's throwing in a way. You're fuck.
Low-key in my head it kind of is too, though.
Yeah,
but I'm talking from the attacker's point of view, though, not defense. I'm thinking why would the attackers, after that wall goes down, unless he has an op, why would he just peek that?
Right, and that's what I'm trying to tell you is in APAC the rules are different because
they just fight.
That's a good fight. That's a good fight.
He said I won a lot of breezes. It works. I have to tell you, bro.
Because look, if you think about it, Pujan, they're coming for the retake at that point, right? All the walls are down and shit, right?
Yeah.
You kill that guy. Now the guy bottom left in the back swings and kills you.
Yeah,
that's an instant trade position. So for us, we'll take the one, boom. Now, if you fight us deep in spawn, there's no trade, right? That's the counter, is actually a counter deep fight with an op and stuff. Now, you might get more value out of that if you have a guy posted, but then you're retaking with an op, and it's late. So there's a lot of I think to Baby Bay's point, there's a meta of these things.
It's a mini game.
Region.
It's a literal
a new game begins once the bomb goes down.
Right, and then also another thing, another reason why specifically teams are fighting more and taking more risk on post plants is before when even a year ago, bro, the initiator utility, the smokes, they were recharging very quickly, and you would have an extra layer for your post plant to play a little bit more conservative and chill and make them have to go through it. But now, dude, you don't get that. Maybe you're lucky if you get that dart in the last
you don't have much, right?
15 seconds of the retake, maybe, bro. And by that time, the defense already has their full kit, cutting you off, dumping you out of these spots.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's just I'm always just curious about why there's no power in numbers kind of plays ever. It just almost feels like one by one.
Yeah.
Without the util.
Well, you ideally you should still be doing a double swing.
Of course, you should, and always.
Do you know what I mean? Ideally, you should do that.
But that's what confuses me. That when it just doesn't. It's happening way less right now, and that's what's confusing me. And I think, especially in a region like Americas, because
that's where you're seeing the top.
And you know who I blame for this? Paper Rex. Because if you notice, no, I'm dead serious. Because if you notice,
wrong, low-key,
just like I
not
told you, they one flat their defense, and then one guy's fighting 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
You and me, we would never do that. We would never even coach that. We would never even tell people this is how you should play. It should always be, no, you fall back. If you need alert smoke, the alert smoke comes in. You play in the smoke
Because that's what fundamentals are.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
Right.
Valorant fundamentals and CS fundamentals are very different, and a lot of it is simply because
And they can interchange to some degree, like meta to meta.
But I will 100% blame Paper X for that because you don't, bro. Dude,
And Meteor.
I
And Meteor.
tried to double swing. Actually,
And Meteor. Blame Meteor for it too. He's fucking
Fair.
solo guy on an island going for 2, 3 people sometimes. You know what I mean?
There was a play, bro, on Icebox. This was, I don't know, I don't remember if it was 24 or 25. I think it was 24. Might have been 25 playoffs, though. I don't remember. I'm old. We're on Icebox. Defending A. No, I think it was 24 with Governor and Band. Anyways, I got 3 people. 2 people on rafters, right? 1 guy under by Dice, looking at bottom A. Ilya swings it, kills all 3. Bop, bop, bop. I am not joking. Someone can find that clip.
Yeah, he does that.
He kills all 3 in tournament, by the way. I have a triple high-low, and I still lose it.
This guy's disgusting.
This is what I mean by, like, I blame Paper X for this because now in APAC, everyone takes those. If you have a angle advantage fight, they'll take that one-on-one fight.
Yep.
And that's considered good strategy here. And it works so much, and I'm benefiting from that now because you guys saw Javi, or in kickoff, Javi on Abyss, for instance, on rafters would kill like 3 people.
Yep.
A lot. And it's
takes a lot of 1v1s on rafters as well, I remember.
Yeah,
and then he just drops after he gets his 2.
Their aim is so good that, like, these are good fights. Now, tactically, Blade and Markelov would look at me like I'm retarded. Like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? But the gamers are so much better than these guys ever were. And it's like me too. But like, it's why my micro coaching isn't anywhere near as good as macro. It's because I'm not good enough to see what you see. Nitro said the hardest thing to me one time. He was like, yo, heck, you know all the fundamentals. You're perfect at that. But the advanced fundamentals, you don't have them because you're not me.
Yeah.
You remember the headshot angle on Tree Room on Ascent when that was first introduced?
Yeah.
I always consider that a bad play because somebody could just swing and kill you. If you miss the first shot, now you're out of position. And while you're backing up, you're just going to get killed. And if I have to have a KO sit there and wait for you to take your first shot and then throw a flash, now I just lost macro because now there's a gap middle, there's a gap here, blah, blah, blah. And he used to always tell me, no, bro, this is my shot. Like, this is my angle. And like, I was always like, but Nick, this is stupid because of everything I just told you. It's like, it doesn't make sense, bro. Just play from Tree Room. You get smoked out. If you break the thing earlier, you just go heaven, and then you have the mid guy fill the gap there, and then you're fine. And then, like, tactically, we're good. And he was like, no, but I can kill this guy. And he did. And years later, I realized everyone loves his pixel angle now with ops, without. And I just sat there remembering he told me about that same spot. He was like, bitch, you can't do what I do, so you can't see what I see.
It's
Trust
so true.
me, this is good. And I just sat there like, I think you're wrong, bro. Years later, I'm like, nah, he was right. He's right. That became the spot everyone did. But if you're not good enough, and I'm not saying that people at NA aren't good enough.
You just can't leash your players a lot because you have just,
Yeah. And it's why the Paper X thing is like so frustrating because like half the time I think what they're doing is dumb.
Yeah.
I think they think it's dumb.
It's less dumb now than we've seen in the past for sure.
But
like I've seen structure now.
Yeah, but it's just that they're so good at these things that it changes the math.
For sure.
And that's hard to reconcile with when you come from CS because everything, the game is figured out almost.
Right.
That's Valorant.
Like, unless there's map changes.
That's actually just Valorant.
Yeah.
I remember, Puchin, I was watching your watch party and you were like talking about, I think Devi had like a shitty map on Ascent or whatever. But you were even like, nah, he's good at this fucking B main angle. And he kept taking the same fucking fight. Because you're like, oh, just wait. If there's a guy there, he's hitting that fucking shot.
Yeah,
because
they stay in their comfort zone no matter what. Like whatever they like, they'll do. They don't give a fuck what their score is. Doesn't matter. They'll do what they do.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, let's.
Bro, that Lotus comp shouldn't work. Why is it so good?
Wait, what?
Because Ilya could just pop off on Jet.
Paper X's Lotus comp I hate with a passion, bro. It's so bad, but it works.
I mean, one guy can just hold C-mount by himself sometimes. You know what I mean?
What are we doing?
Yo, bro, I tried this shit that Devi does. where like he puts
It's
the
hard,
flash
right?
behind him and he just fucking. It looks so easy, bro. I'm in a match. I swear to God, I'm playing against a Neon. I'm fucking out of there, bro. I'm like, nah,
dude, I'm telling you though.
this.
I'll be honest.
Fuck
In
this.
Americas, like when they try to take mound control on attack side, like if they are attacking, they're taking mound on you in your defense. I feel like there's way more util thrown, a lot more
100%.
respect given.
100%.
I'm just getting
APAC sometimes
fucking
just
bombed.
don't. APAC will throw like a fade prowler, and then as soon as they hear it shot, they're like, "Wait, how dare you?" And they just swing.
Yeah. Yeah, actually.
Like you know what I mean? Like why? And whereas NA is just throwing more util until you're done.
Yeah.
Like, they don't care. And so to me, it's just so strange sometimes when I see like mound not. Like, those are headshot angles. You could just easily lose it.
Yeah.
As attack side.
That's
So
funny, bro.
I will give you an example. We played DRX, and if in case we played Young, so Young has like two spots that he plays on defense. He plays by the box, by mound. He plays right in front of it, or he plays like here's the orb on A. He plays at that like corner of the wall where the door is. He plays on that corner, right on his chamber. You know what we practiced? Literally. Left side crouch peeking, that angle. Left side crouch peeking, the other angle on A main. That is literally what Autumn and Sava practiced because I was just going to send them one-on-one simulators on mound. No util, just dry, just boom, 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 boom.
So
in the mid-round.
Did it
That's
work?
literally what we practiced. That's all. Literally, we spent days, like 2 days on
That's
this.
so crazy, bro.
Right, but the point is, it goes back to your point, which is that the meta in APAC is a lot more about micro than it is about macro. But in North America, it's still macro-centric, not micro. And that's why people struggle against PaperX, because when you're stuck in a position and they're stuck in a position, their micro is what's nuanced.
Yeah.
You are never in that position enough to know, like, you have like all these contingencies in place. These guys have contingencies for this because they need it to survive here.
Yeah.
And that's also why I think Fnatic is great because, or like Boaster's style of calling is a good counter to PaperX because he'll never let you get into a micro spot where you can punish him because he's just going to wait and wait and wait. And then you get impatient and someone gets out of position. And then it's, okay, now we're ready for our hit. Util dump. Now the guy has to get away. You know, it's like the micro never becomes an advantage against Fnatic because they're basically doing nothing and then they cluster and then they have like util specific dumps for specific stuff. And then by the time that happens to you, it's like you're in Vietnam, so you can't really like you're in World War III basically.
Also, if they are holding, they have good enough players to shit on you if you do exec on them or push them.
Yeah. But like that's why I think Pacific is like hard to play against when you play them, which I will say, when you won Soup in 25, 24, 25?
Yeah, 25.
25.
Or 24 and 24.
End of
I
24,
was shocked, by the way, because I was like, wait, so you won
we beat Gen G at the end. Yeah.
I was shocked because I'm like, damn, because first off, you lost to a tier 2 team to start the series, or to start the tournament.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yep, they're going to struggle because Pacific is just a little fucking weird. But like, if they played them more, they'd win. Then you end up winning that tournament. I'm like, what the fuck? Normally, it takes people way longer to figure out the micro. You always had the macro. That was never going to be your problem. But
we
this
also
shit that I'm talking about,
my players were also just in fucking dumb form, bro. Adam and Bruno were frying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I thought you were going to struggle because I'm like, man, it's like the shit that we just talked about. That micro thing is what they really focus on here. And I'm like, that shit is just fucking annoying to play against when you're playing standard defense, like 131 fast floods into like, you know, like a defensive play here to get the control. Then you're going to rotate off, clear mid on the mid timing. These guys don't give a fuck, bro. They just have this you just have a random guy standing somewhere on an off angle. And you're just like, wait, I'm about to flash you. Why are you even here? And he's like, you know, it's like, it's why Pacific is just really annoying to play against. But this is also why I think that Champs continues to be a struggle for us. Honestly, if we're being honest, it's because if you really think about it, mostly macro, outside of maybe, and I'm not trying to bring this up to be a dick, this is just random that it happens. Outside of Lao 22, mostly macro teams have won Champs.
Yeah.
If you think about it like that.
I mean, APAC has had teams make it far, though.
Oh, hell yeah. No, I'm just saying that it's because, like, when you in the biggest moments when your nerves kick in, that's probably why Paper Rex, in my opinion, hasn't won like way more tournaments. Is because micro becomes less of a strength when your overall aim and performance dip because of the pressure, the moment, the anxiety, like all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's really where fundamentals and macro come into play, because it doesn't matter how nervous you are. Well, in theory, this can also happen, but in theory, it doesn't matter how nervous you are if you're smart. You can still figure out a way to get around a problem and a solution. But if you try to micro your way through everything, there's just more chances
If it doesn't work and you get in your head, you're cooked.
Yeah, right.
Because then you only have one plan, If it doesn't work, you're fucked.
Like, to me, that's the biggest reason why Ethan has 2 chips. Because both of his teams weren't really in form going into champs.
Yeah.
But you got a guy that's super fucking smart with obviously high-level mechanics. I mean, you need that. And his teammates also have high-level mechanics. But because he's super smart, his teammates are probably super smart. And he has so much experience. He's good under pressure. And you do that over a month-long tournament, you could sucker Ethan out of 2 games at some point. But for the longer he's there, the easier it's going to be for him as opposed to you, because most teams in APAC, in my opinion, are really about form and micro. Where his game, he can dip in form and micro. Like, I still remember that play he did on Fnatic where he beat them on Sunset.
Oh, my God.
Like, you remember that play? We talked about it here on the
Breach,
show.
the walk down mid.
It's so
Walk down mid, going
he
back.
beat them. He beat the 2 where he knew he was in their head, and he held and he killed 2.
Yeah.
That stuff, when you focus on micro, you can't make that play.
Yeah.
You won't make that play. But guys like that have an advantage, I think, in champs.
I mean, that guy's just bright lights player, ref. Like,
I know,
without question, just the ultimate bright lights player. Him, and then the other guy I always like gave compliments for in big games was Chronicle. Those 2 for me were always there in big games. Always. They always just show up randomly. Big games.
Yeah, actually.
They've also just been in those positions a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It sucks about Leo because I also think he was on there too. He was on his way to be probably the guy.
For sure. For
But
sure.
it's just, damn. Bro, imagine having both of them.
Yeah, no, I know. No, it's so funny. I always troll my chat.
You had to play against that shit, bro.
I always troll my chat because they're always like, tell me like, oh yeah, Boaster clears you as IG. I'm like, yeah, if I had a fucking team like that, I'd do that shit too. Obviously, I'm kidding because I know Boaster's great.
Yeah.
But it's just, dude, that team is fucking brain dead to play.
Bro, that 23 team is probably
brain dead to play. You got closers, you got fucking just shooters. Just the best shooter in the world at that time, Alpha. To this day, the only player, in my opinion, you cannot 1v1 and win in a big tournament. Like, he just shits on you when he gets going.
I played him in the Red Bull tournament. He was like, bro, I thought he was insane. Afterwards, I talked to him. He's like, bro, I haven't played the game in 2 months. I'm like, what the fuck,
he's so
bro?
nasty.
This guy was crazy, bro. I thought I was hot shit on attack. We ran up a buck on him, bro. And then Alpha Year started shooting, and I was like, oh my God.
He's just so gross.
This motherfucker's fast.
Yeah.
He was fast as shit, dude.
Especially if he kills 1. Like, if he kills 1 and you have like 3 of you there and he kills 1 of you instantly, the other 2 are probably also just dead.
Yeah.
He just feels it instantly. It's hard to play against.
What's the most impressive player you played against? Is it probably Alpha, would you say?
Yeah. Alpha was the one where I've genuinely felt like as a rifler, that I have to avoid him. Otherwise, Aspas. Aspas was like full avoid. Like full avoid at all costs, or maximum util him, because at the time that I played him, he wasn't like really good at repositioning himself. So he was almost obvious in what he was doing. That was a long time ago, though. Now, obviously, he's gotten better. But at that time, his tendencies were so disgustingly obvious, he would just get overwhelmed by util. So it's either overwhelmed with util, or you just avoid him completely.
I'm looking forward to playing him. I'm looking forward to playing him like stage 2, because I know that's like when he turns the fuck up.
Dude, how does it even feel? You're playing now. Like, can we just talk about that for a second? Like, you're owning. You're actually owning, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking fun, bro. I'm having the time of my life every time I go out. It must be
so nice being on that team, too, bro. That team is disgusting. Your team is good as fuck.
Of course, bro, yeah. But, like, it's just even more reassuring because, like, they believe in me, too. So it's like I'm here for a reason, you know? Like, they're not... Dude,
so you're going to pick us after Swiss then, right? That's what I'm hearing?
I dare you.
We get to pick.
We get to choose. You're gonna pick us, right?
Pick. I mean, we gotta win first, still. But I mean, obviously, we're trying our best to win. But yeah. I mean, you want that? You want me to pick? He wants me to pick him so bad. I mean, fucking maybe, bro. Maybe, I'm sure Josh would be down for that, bro. Like genuinely.
Damn, he doesn't want Paper X to pick him. That's why.
I mean, yeah, but who the fuck wants to get chosen by PRX?
He's trying to dodge.
Yo, knowing Alex and Wendler though, they might. They actually might.
I think they might pick
scumbags.
us. They might pick us if,
No,
if we don't get the vibe.
I think
Hell
you're the
no.
last team they pick. I think they just pick
Hell
EDG,
nah.
right? They just pick EDG because
Nah, they probably pick GE. Actually, I think. Knowing, bro.
Nah, they wouldn't pick a team in their own region because they're
Ilia's
familiar
like,
with them.
Bro, I have to beat him on stage.
Bro,
Familiar with them. G2 is kind of like another
low-key,
fanatic.
I think Alex enjoys being able to sun me though.
Ah,
I just
no,
feel it every time. Bro.
That might just be Ilya, bro. Ilya is nice for you guys, no matter what.
He just wants to ruin my life. Actually, he just does not fuck with me. He
The
does
Grim
not
Reaper,
fuck with me
bro.
Ever, bro. Actually,
Nah, dude, that Primmie game, because my chat and I have this ongoing joke where I'm like, I know Primmie's good, obviously, but I troll with my chat because they love. He's like the fan favorite. So I'm like, that's your man's right there, chat. But then Ilya's my man's, and we're playing each other soon. Now you'll see your man's get humbled, and he actually did. And I was like, oh fuck, like. I don't even know what to say at this point. I'm just smiling at the camera every time Ilya killed him.
Yo, was it really bad? Like I didn't get to watch it yet because like we were.
This is the
doing our
first
own
time
shit.
someone's actually fighting him back. That's it.
Yeah,
It's
and
the
like
first time
giving him like a
someone's
run for his money.
actually fighting him back. And worst case, he'll get one. He gets traded like that.
yeah.
Like,
And he didn't have a lot of advantage in there. Like he couldn't play passive and like hold.
Yeah.
Because like I'm thinking of the one art play where he has to push through a smoke, then a flash, then he has to fight one, fight another, and then Ilya comes and just suns him, and it's like.
Plus, PaperX genuinely was having a good game. Ilya got up to a good. Like the only thing I would give PaperX is like again they're down numbers, but they're also just down pistols, and they'll still just bring it back. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter to them.
Yeah,
They were just too hard to play that day. But it was just funny because I was like, "Fuck, man!" Primmie actually is the first time I've seen him actually get out aimed.
Yeah, it was tough. Unlucky for those guys. 3-0 or 0-3 just like us. It was just too hard.
Do you miss playing in Americas or no, Frost? Like at all? Like being in this region?
Yeah, well, yes, because it's easier. Like, yes.
It's like actually inherently easier to play here for you.
this guy's
buddy.
Like if you have a good team, if you have your team,
I don't even need a good team. I had 5 players that weren't even pros the next year on Furia at 4-2, second in the league. I had to come to Talon, and now I'm in the hardest group. I should have made champs last year. Obviously, everybody knows the 1 point or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, like, making champs 2 years in a row here, oh, my God, it would have been so free in America in comparison, bro. Come on, man.
even right now,
He's
you'd say
confident.
that?
Buddy.
Really? Actually, though. Even right now, you think Americas is kind of bad?
I had 5
potential-
players that next year were not even pros. They didn't win another game until, like, for 3 years. They had the same amount of wins we had in that one season. It took them 3 years. And
who in Americas
Johnny.
do you think is a threat to win a tournament? Let's say.
G2.
And that is it?
That is it.
Damn, we're on the same page. I glaze G2 the exact same way. I'm like, G2 can win.
That's it.
And then everybody else, I don't know. NRG,
That's it.
because that they are just different. To me, NRG is the other team that can do it. Truly, they can.
Yes,
I
they can,
believe in
but they
NRG
are
as
not
well.
in the form lately
Yeah.
that they have been, which makes you. But
I mean,
Ethan
they
can
did make
always
Crew
win.
look
We
like
already said it.
punks,
He's
I
won
will
2.
say.
Listen, if Ethan wins another champs, I'm not going to be surprised. But I think he will even tell you the way they played in season 1. That isn't going to win them champs.
I feel
sure
like
he would admit
this meta favors.
Not Ethan's teams, for sure.
Yeah, like but at the same time, though, they are able to play when they're playing well. Are able to play their game without having overwhelming util shitting on them as well. Like it's not like they're, you know what I mean? They can figure out what's happening in the round without too much trouble, and that's when they're at their best.
We are saying the same thing. NRG can win in the same way GE can win. If my team is playing well, we can beat anybody. The thing is, G2 doesn't have to play well to beat you. That's the difference.
So isn't this a good meta right now? Like, do you guys not think this is a good meta currently? Like, do you think it's bad?
Don't even open that one.
I think the best meta, like actually, like genuinely the best meta was 2025, like when NRG won, because you could run double Senti, you could run double duelist, you could run double
It's
initiator.
more variety, is what you're saying.
100%.
You could play
do a lot.
whatever
play
the
more
fuck
than
you
the cast.
wanted.
Yeah.
Whatever you wanted.
My argument for this meta is terrible. Is simply this: you can't play half the cast.
Okay.
You can't. I'm the guy that likes to. I can't.
Right.
You can't play half the cast. You can't tell me in a game or that a game is in a healthy state if you can't play half the cast.
Right.
I just think
That's
that's just not the definition of good balance or good meta or anything. That doesn't mean it's not fun for the audience.
Right.
And it could also be more fun for players. That's cool. I'm just saying that if you can't play half the cast, I have a hard time thinking
That's fair.
that it's healthy.
It's a fair argument.
What about like when they do the changes with like Senti and Initiator? Like they already said like they're doing what we said they should have done in the first place, Frost, making it 50 seconds instead of 60.
Yeah,
Like trying to balance
now,
it.
yeah, I think 45 is probably still the sweet spot, but at least they're trying.
Yeah.
We don't even know what they're doing with Sentis yet, right? Like that's not even. We don't even know
I
yet.
just bring Cypher back to how he was, bro. He didn't deserve that shit.
He's actually
Neon
not that
doesn't
bad.
either.
He's actually
Bro,
not
I'm
that bad.
so-
right now,
I'm-
honestly, I think Cypher's not that bad right now. Like there's a
terrible.
lot of teams running Cyphers.
Yes, but that's because they don't have macro, so they need the camera.
Like you need the
That's
info.
really what it is. They need
you need the info. But
Yeah,
I mean,
they
it's
can't
good.
play
It's
defense
good
straight up.
info though. Like the
No, for sure. But he's not a threat. He's like the reason Neon took over is simply because there was no good Cypher. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, because
Because-
like the trip didn't do as much.
He didn't
Yeah,
do
because-
anything, yeah.
Because in 25, you couldn't play Neon because of this, because you'd have to run Sova. So if you needed Fade on the map, you can't run Neon. That was inherent balance.
But the reason why I think Cypher is good in this current state of the game is because of the lack of initiator shit. Like having that extra info is actually really good for you to understand.
oh,
Like,
no argument.
we're running
No
double
argument.
duelists. We already don't have a lot of info inherently.
Yeah.
Now we have this cam that actually gives us a little bit more of that info.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
no
it's actually
argument.
not bad. Like that's why you're seeing Cypher be played like in every region.
But the
in every
agent
region.
to me is not
Well,
good.
Fracture
It's
is you
the
just need
camera
it.
is good.
It keeps
Right,
control
like,
of one
yeah.
whole side of the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I actually don't think Cypher's that bad of a
Oh, no,
spot. I
he's
think
terrible.
Killjoy
He's
though.
cheeks, but he feels
Killjoy.
it.
Killjoy, bro. Killjoy's maybe Killjoy needs a buff, bro. That character is fucking
It's pretty
But yeah,
ass.
everyone is using her on Pearl, even
Pearl?
us.
you guys, yeah. But like I still
Is that
feel
because
like
of the double? Is it because of the alarm bot and the turret?
Yeah.
yeah, but like
Because you
bro,
can't
the
play
mollies
defense.
are
You
so-
literally
You
cannot
need,
play
you need
defense
something
right
for
now.
street and you need something
Yeah.
for art.
Yeah, you can't play defense right now. It's
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
cooked because you have everybody just balling up and just ramming your face. And
Yeah.
normally you would have Cypher that is a great agent to be pressured like that because he can still kill you because the kill trips you have to be worried about the cages, the trips, and the lurk smoke. Now you don't have to be worried about any of it because you get hit with a trip, it's just dead and the Cypher's just waiting to see a silhouette that'll never come. By the time it's finished, now he's like, oh fuck, 4 seconds done out of this cage timer. I got 5 left. Oh fuck, what do I do now? I gotta push this. Oh
Yeah,
wait,
no,
they were holding for me.
you have to
Unlucky.
be more aggressive on the Cypher as well. Like you can't really
Yeah.
rely on the trips.
But
you
he's
have
not
to kind
aggressive. He's not an aggressive agent. He's a he was more for the high IQ player. That's what Cypher was
It
for.
changed. It
Right.
changed. You get rewarded for playing it more brain dead now. 100%.
Which is
But
inherently
then you can really
an
say that about any
oxymoron.
character, right?
yeah.
Like
What is those-
realistically,
what is those-
playing
what-
aggressive in general gets you rewarded now.
That's the fucking meta. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
Right. So when people
Yeah.
argue about like, yo, is this a good meta? I just
That's
I
fair,
just look
yeah,
at that
yeah,
and say,
that's fair.
yeah.
I mean, it might be a self-report and everything, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
that I think
Well,
it's cooked.
Let's pivot a little bit now because like we already got like the okay. Let's talk about we were talking about Chronicle earlier. Let's talk about like Vitality and their run because they actually made a hell of a fucking run.
Yeah, sayonara. Must be nice. Sayonara.
That must be insane for him too, honestly, confidence-wise, to be able to like hop on a team and do what he did.
Yeah, and it was like shaky at first too, right?
Which,
In
by the way,
groups, and then
Faded told
fucking
me
clutched it out.
this would happen last year, and he got removed.
Yeah,
They were basically
yeah.
waiting for sayonara.
Yeah, they were waiting
like,
for
yo,
sayonara,
this
yeah.
guy's gonna cook everybody. Watch, and he developed them, and boom.
He did.
Look.
Yeah, he was telling me about him the whole time. They're
Yep,
like, dude, this
solid.
guy's the next. He's next.
Yep. Heretics looking good, which is, I mean,
That's another good fucking comeback.
I mean, it's
too,
more
I'm
bro.
happy for them, bro. I was
It's more
opposed to
Rayans,
watching,
though,
but I'm
no?
actually
Yeah.
happy for them.
same.
Like
Because
I like to
Rayans
see
to
them
me
do
is-
well. I don't want to not see Fnatic at an event, right? I
know,
like
that's
would
cool.
love to not having Fnatic at an event makes it worse for me as a viewer, straight up. But it's also they
So
fucking
unlucky,
always
bro.
make runs and have good games. That's another big reason why they are a good team, straight
They're
up.
just so unlucky, bro. They had.
Yeah, I mean
fucking
12-9 up, but that's
sub-
on them. But they were 12-9 up against Heretics. They should
I
have
know.
won.
I know,
Yeah,
but
I know.
I'm also thinking like it's just unlucky that they had to like find a fucking sub.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
How
yeah.
many fucking
True.
times is gonna happen to them, bro? Like
Yeah.
it's just. So it's still even impressive that it was that fucking close in the first
Yeah, yeah.
place because like switching out your whole fucking fifth,
True.
you had to play a fucking match with a coach, bro. Like
pretty cooked.
Dog, that's so fucking like imagine being the IGL. Like imagine being Boaster, Pujan, and like
It's fucked, but it's even more heartbreaking.
We're 5-0, and I gotta get a new fucking 5th.
Yep.
Oh,
They
fuck.
dominated their fucking group.
After Leo's already gone, Leo's gone, and it happens again. Why are they so unlucky, bro?
Yeah.
Why are they so unlucky? It's crazy. And then I'm looking at these interviews, and Boaster's like, I feel like I'm washed, and it's like, bro, you're not washed.
Yeah,
You've just been hella unlucky.
Yeah, that was
the moment though. In the moment, it's hard not to feel like that.
Feel like you can win,
right?
You still feel like you can win,
because he's thinking more in the present of what just occurred, like against Heretics, not
could have won
the overall season.
I don't think I'm oversharing by saying this. If not, I'll deal with it later. Javi, my bad. But Javi went through that too, obviously to a smaller degree because Boaster, has had the career he's had. But like sometimes callers, and I think you, Pujan, will understand this better than anybody, actually.
Yeah.
Sometimes callers think like Javi has told me, oh, I'm back, but it's because he's shooting well. But I'm like, but your calls have been phenomenal when you weren't shooting well, and that's what matters way more. There's something about callers that lose confidence. For some reason, to me, callers lose more confidence when they're not shooting than if they're making bad calls. Because, like,
that's the
they
truth.
could have a great calling game. Yeah. And, like, you're like, wait a minute. You guessed right whenever you needed to. You won basically all the 50-50 calls. You made good adjustments fast enough. We had, like, good post-man position here, and we lost. We had, like, good retake here, we lost. Your calling was great. What do you mean? You were, like...
I become like a micromanager when I get the entry. That's how I'm like feeling it. I know exactly how they're moving in the map. I have like a map in my brain of exactly what they're going to do and how I counter it or where I want to go. It's just fundamentally true. If you are playing well individually, your calling will be better. I think Valorant could probably attest to this too. It's just how it is. If you're having a shitty game, you're in your head trying to think about how you can play better, not the bigger picture. When you're playing well, you have time to think about the bigger picture, and that's all you're locked in on because you're already playing
quick
well.
Idea generation is fast as fuck, bro. Yeah,
but
it's
why I respect Andre so much because Blade was never like that. It doesn't matter what his score was. What he really cared about was his calls. Like, was I right here? Did I predict like Guardian and like where he would go? Yes. Did I tell Marek at what time to do this? Was it right? Yes. He didn't give a fuck about if he went 5-20. He's like, hey guys, that's not my job. My job, I'm giving you guns. My job is not to do this.
Well, it's not that colors are trying to go 18-3. It's more when you're having such like your missed shots you should just obviously hit, and you've lost your team the round by missing that shot, and you know that in your head. That's when it's bad. It's not necessarily we need to own. It's when you single-handedly just missed a shot that you should hit, and now you've thrown away a round that's broken your team, and now you've made the game 2 times harder for yourself. That's when it gets in your head a little bit.
But my argument is always to all my IGLs or friends or whomever, even Andre. Okay, but when your teammate does it, what do you tell them?
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Stop being a hypocrite. Stop being a hypocrite.
Right.
Like,
but in the moment, though,
I know
it's so hard to like get over that hump for yourself.
And that's why performance coaches are so important. I'm just saying that, like,
I agree with you.
have seen guys spiraling confidence, and I'm just like, bro.
Yeah.
It's every player, by the way. It's not just callers. It's like, dude, if like, bro, of course, if
I think it's exacerbated by callers because they have 2 things they have to be good at. They have to be good at prediction, so the predictive model in their head has to be good, and they have to shoot in milliseconds. A guy like Aspas, that's fucked.
But like, for example, like for me, like if I'm playing Chamber on like fucking Haven and I start off have a fucking hot ass like pistol round, my idea generation and like the spots that I'm picking and everything,
2x by default, right?
Yeah, it just feels like it's buffed because no matter what I call, I have the fucking confidence I'm gonna hit everything. But that's why it's important that you do have like your fundies down and make sure that like, okay, if you're not having a good game, you know how to give yourself layups. You know what I mean? And like
that's why I always say,
really
like,
important.
if you're having a bad game, you should at the very least not show it obviously that you're sucking. Like, you need to lock in on other aspects of your game.
Put yourself in spots where like, okay, like I get a freebie here.
Correct. Start out playing and getting the easy kills, and then making sure that your calls are just the only thing you're locked in on. But again, it's never going to be a person that in the world that won't internally be like, fuck, like I just lost us that round. You know what I mean? It's just a normal human nature thing. I think every competitor will feel that way.
And Valorant, like Valorant as a game, like pushes that feeling as well. Of like, I get a kill. That's that dopamine rush.
Yep.
It's because it feels like so easy in a way to get those kills that like, yeah, it's just, it like pushes it in the game. And then obviously like the outside image of like you fragging is so exacerbated in this game. Everyone is so recency biased in this game.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you got so much fucking heat. Yeah, you're.
No, I mean my heat.
I'm feeling
my
it now
story,
too, bro. I get the same fucking.
Well, the thing is, my story was, and I've told my chat this. This is like I wanted to hold this in and not say it for a long time because I didn't want NRG to get a lot of shit. But now that like it's been a while, I don't think, and they've won champs already. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So I told them at the beginning of the year that I didn't feel mechanically good enough to play anymore. This was at the start of 2025, and I told my general manager and I told my CEO in a call, like just one-on-one call, I guess 1-on-2 call. And they literally said, we only have 2 weeks. You have to play. And this was after we won 2 events, by the way. We won 2 off-season events. We won Sun City. We won 2. I came home and I literally felt it. I'm like, I'm going to be bad. I can tell you I'm going to be bad. Like, I can feel that I'm not good enough right now. And I tried to leave. Literally, I tried to tell them, I don't want to play. And I was so adamant on it. I was going to do it even if they said no, but they were just like, dude, you're giving us 2 weeks to like find a new player. This is fucked. Like, we can't. You have to play. You signed a contract. So now my mindset has to shift to, okay, I'm going to do the best that I can. I'm not going to sit here and just fucking collect. I have to bring everything and try it as hard as I can. But I could literally, as the year goes on, I could literally feel how random depression forming in my head. I've never been depressed in my whole life, but I actually felt depression. I was like, fuck, like I'm letting my team down. I knew I should have left. This, like, all these intrusive thoughts start going into your head. You get home from LA, you're by yourself, like you're in LA in your own apartment. You're just sitting there staring at the ceiling for 3 hours, like thinking, like, why am I even here? Like, they need to find another player. This, that, you know. You start doubting yourself so much, and it only spirals. It's the worst spiral I've ever felt in my entire life. But before that, it's never felt like that ever. But I knew when I was ready to stop playing this game. It just didn't happen.
Do you think that it was also like the players around you, or you were just
my players were great. I will never blame any of my players. My players were fucking insane.
But like not like blaming them, but like let's say like you envision like you played with me, and I'm just fucking pumping confidence into you, bro. Pujan every single day. Pujan, bro, you're fucking insane.
It was
bro.
Like, to do with that.
Like if I was like your support system.
No, you know what fucked me? It wasn't my mechanics that fucked me in my head. It was you know that post plan thing we were talking about?
Yeah.
We had that same issue. Like, we would go watch back any game. Pick a game. Pick the 13-1 Lotus game where we had 7 post plants versus your G2 before you were on the team. 7 or 8 post plants that we win almost every time. We win it in practice every single time. We have protocols set and down. Somehow lost all of them in the most weird ways. Lose the map 13-1. That's our pick, by the way. We specifically picked this map because we knew that, or I don't remember if we picked it. I think we did pick it, or we let them pick it because we knew that they were going to allow that map. They love Lotus.
Yeah. And
we got 13-1, and it felt like absolute shit because we knew exactly what they were doing. We hit the correct site every single time. Most of the time, we got the entry, and we were in the post plant. Rounds 1. And then one player on the team would do something completely out of whack, and then it would snowball into a round loss. And I'm like, this is the shit I can't fix. I don't feel like I can fix these things the way that I used to. And I also feel like I'm not putting up any numbers. So it was like a accumulation of things, and it's just a mental fucking it's a meltdown. You don't know, because you don't feel like you're getting better. You actually feel like you're getting worse.
It's just
I wonder if you would have
complete
benefited from a role change or an agent change. Because Cruz, this happened to Cruz a little bit, and now he's firing on all, but he also worked hard like Boser did, like to improve his aim.
Yeah.
But I put him on Deadlock. And then he basically was just... So the thing that's unique about Deadlock is like, if you have better name than me, it doesn't matter. Because you still have to walk into the sensor and either break it and I know you're coming, or you basically have to come in slow. So so it doesn't matter. Angle advantage doesn't exist because you have to come in slow and I can sort of like just, you know... And like, I wonder if you would have benefited from like your game IQ and the ability to use sensors to give yourself better fights overall.
Maybe.
And the grenade.
But we just made our team just made the game so hard on ourselves. I agree with you. Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
But again, I was Cypher. I was sitting there on my camera most of the time. Usually I would choose the side I'm going to.
True. I know, but like,
especially when you're trying to anchor, it was harder. But In general, though, I almost always had the right read. The reads never change.
Right. And
like that's one thing I will say.
Yeah.
Like my reads were fucking phenomenal, but it didn't matter. That's what was pissing me off. Like that was the first time in any of my teams where I have a dumb talented roster and it still makes no difference. Brock wasn't playing as well as he played at Champs on my team, right?
Yeah.
And, like Bonkar finally put him on Odin. I think after I'd left the team already, he put him on Odin and they started frying on Odin. So he worked with him on that and that was really good. But we didn't have that when I was there. There were so many things that changed, I think, after I left. And maybe it had to do with us other players not even having confidence in me. Who knows? But that's the other problem is like other players start to lose confidence in you too. And you sort of feel that as well. So as a player, it just sucks being in that position. Not just a caller, by the way.
For sure.
As a player, you just kind of, it just sucks.
Yeah.
But then it always goes back to that decision I made at the beginning of the year of wanting to go in the first place.
And then
I
it
just
sinks
felt,
in and you're just feeling that the whole way through you're playing. And then it's like getting worse. Yeah, I could see that.
But
there
it's interesting for me.
There was no situation where it got better there.
Yeah. It's interesting to me because I know Cruz hit that spot at one point.
Yeah.
And we just, the one curveball was, you know, no one had a lot of deadlock experience. The agent is just absolutely unreal.
Yeah.
So like I wonder if you would have benefited because you seem, even from CLG back in the day, you seem like a momentum player. So like if you just had a couple games where you just net people, get a couple kills, kill some guys trying to lurk on you, you probably would have just been like, oh, fuck this. It's over. Right? Like I feel like that would have been like.
Probably. Honestly, a lot of things, I'm sure there's like a million things that I could have done to have changed my mindset or maybe my teammates could have done or my coach could have done. But it ended up like I was so happy when they won champs because I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Thank God. Like this team deserves it, bro. These guys are too good not to win something. Or at the very least, I was already happy that they even made the final because going into next year, they're going to have confidence to win. So
bro,
I was like,
I would feel so bad pulling up doing the podcast every time because I would like see all the fucking heat these guys were getting.
Yeah.
Bro, it was insane. It was insane work, the amount of shit that
and
was
then not being able to explain all of it. Like the Verno thing.
Oh my God.
To this day, I have not been able to explain any of it.
I can't believe you beat your ass.
But yeah, it is that kind of shit is just, that's just being a pro fucking player though, bro. Like, no one knows the shit that we go through besides us. Right. And that's okay.
No one knows
because we get to live our dream. And the con of that is if you don't get the results, you're going to get the shit. And you get accept that. You got to accept that. You can't be a bitch about it.
100%. 100%. That's the byproduct of being in the entertainment business. Yeah. It's cooked, actually. But I just like hearing random shit from other people about what's going on. And when you know the answer, you're just like, bro, what are we doing?
Right.
That thing to me is just funny.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, man. Yeah, man.
I know in your head you have like 4 stories in your head of like something that's happened like that.
It's just like, I mean, you do too. I know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like, all right, man.
There's a lot that I'm not able to say on stream and will never, just because in my head, I think that should be everybody in esports. Like you don't have to fucking. There's no point in trying to bring someone else down or put someone else down, especially like my career is done, bro. I have nothing to fucking gain from this other than to just shit on someone or like to talk shit. Yeah. There's literally 0 point. I'm 34 years old. It does not fucking matter. There are other things in life that matter more. But in general, I've never been the type of person to like air out dirty laundry on any team or that I've been on. Even if I've had a big issue with somebody, there will never be a world where only my, like you guys would know, for example, if I told you like at an after party or some shit, or like we're just hanging out, but like the public would never have heard it from me. And that's just how it should be. Like there's no world where like that stuff should ever get out. So just got to accept it if you're a pro player or like even streaming or anything. You should just not say that stuff.
No, facts. I mean, fuck, we're getting up there. We're almost at 2 hours. Let's reel it in with America's predictions. And yeah, I think we're good at that point. You guys want to talk about London? I mean, we kind of already did.
I mean, what is there to talk about?
Yeah, what else is there to talk about? Yeah. So let's talk about the biggest match. NRG 100 Thieves, bro. NRG 100 Thieves for that last slot.
Yeah.
Who's gonna make it to London?
I don't think that 100 Thieves could have got a worse matchup, bro.
Yeah, it's the world champs. So like, come on.
I'm going to NRG.
Yeah, it's just NRG.
I mean, making it there, I think that far is great, especially over MIBR. I know MIBR is on the downslide, but you still have to beat those players. Like,
okay. Actually, yeah.
That convincing win.
Let me take a little side quest real quick. Thoughts on MIBR?
Oh, I said this on
I
stream.
called it, so it's fine.
I said this on stream. They're making
tripping.
changes. There's just no way they're not, right? It's too much pressure on them, period.
Yeah.
The outlook of that just looks so bad. Like, it's such a bad look, especially because the Envy loss does not help. But they didn't even redeem it, is the thing. Like, there was no redemption after that point.
Did Envy just break them, bro? Did Envy just?
I think they were already broken. It's obvious if you lose like that.
You can tell they.
You know what the craziest thing to me was? Like, when they lost, like, I saw like an interview, and it was like, I think it was when they lost to Cloud9. I saw an interview that they did like with like some reporter. I forgot who it was, and it was like they were all saying like, yeah, we knew we were gonna lose. We had a bad week of scrims, and I'm just thinking in my head like, what the fuck, bro? I've never had a bad week of scrims ever in my career in any fucking game, and gone into the match and have been like, oh yeah, I knew we were gonna lose because we had a bad week of scrims. I was like, well, how the fuck are we saying this?
You only do that if your team is already dead. That's the only world where like, because you've already, you know what I mean?
The funny thing,
like, you're 2-0 in your group and you lost, and we knew we were gonna lose the Cloud9 because of our scrims. Like, how the fuck is that possible?
Who said this?
Dude, it was, I don't know. It was like fucking multiple of them. I swear.
Well, someone on their team said, yeah, we have bad fundamentals. And I laughed. And I'm not, I'm going to pull the Jose Mourinho and say, if I speak, I'm going to get in trouble. Yeah. So I'm just going to say.
Shout out to the GOAT, by the way. He's back.
Yeah.
He's back on Real Madrid. Anyways.
But yeah, so I'll just say, baby. When I heard they have no fundamentals and that's where their problems are, I just was like, Also, sips tea here quietly in the background. Like,
another thing I don't like is like obviously Tex is the scapegoat for this team because you have all these fucking big names and then you have Tex. And the thing is, like, I don't even think Tex is playing bad. Like, and he's just gonna get all the fucking flack. And
I'm gonna get criticized for this, but I think it's the truth. I hate the way that Koreans and the way that Americans are in this aspect of team sports. It's always someone's fault.
Yeah.
Right.
I hate that. When I was on Furia with the Brazilians, that isn't the experience I had. They weren't just looking for one pillar of blame, one guy. Certainly not how it is with the ties. Certainly not how it is with the roster I have now. But in America, I know we always look for one fucking guy, one scapegoat, and I know the Korean teams do this.
Well, I'm hoping they don't do that.
At all.
The thing is, on the teams, I'm hoping they don't do that. Like, I know Reddit does that. I know VLR does that. I know the forums and the fans do that.
They do, brother.
Man.
But if the players are doing that, and it's obviously not the case that it's just one person because of the results. Like, you're losing 16-4, doesn't 16-1, 16-3 to Envy. It's not just one person.
Yeah,
and so, like,
shout out 16, by the way. The CS came out of him there. Fuck MR12. I like the 16. Shout out. Shout out.
Yeah, 13-1, 13-3.
Now we all know how you really feel.
But I'm just saying, like, it's frustrating.
CS watch party win. Nah,
it's frustrating that, like, players are like this.
Oh, I agree. And I hate it with a fucking passion. Yeah. There's never one person to blame. Sure, you could be like, the quarterback takes all the blame, the IGL takes the blame, the coach is the problem, all that stuff. For sure. That's like the political stuff you kind of have to do when you're in those positions, and it comes with the job, I guess. But in reality, though, always looking at, like, that's why the T1 documentary for me and, like, Cruz was so, like, infuriating, because you can tell, like, the targeting.
Right.
And it's like you could see the clips and the maps, and we remember because, like, I'm going to be very careful with this, but someone was crying after our game when they got their asses beat to us for the 7th time in a row or something. Yeah. And you can tell that the frustration, everything was boiling over. But I feel like people were just getting mad just to get mad. Because if you watch the game, there was no, like, we weren't attacking one thing. Or one person.
The main thing was what pissed me off, right? In that documentary where, like, it was a very clear, like, non-mistake.
Right.
And it was shown and called out in the game, in the match, as a mistake, right? Yeah. The guy goes, don't do that. This is, like, why I died, basically. Like, no, that's literally not. You missed your shot. So when that kind of stuff happens, yes, I agree. Like, that's a big problem already that you're saying it in a match and not after the game is over.
100%.
So obviously at that point, the team is having too many problems to have to they have too much to figure out. There's too much like animosity here that needs to be figured out before we can even get into the in-game stuff. I think the same thing happened here with MIBR. Like there was already so much shit going on with other, like I can only assume, by the way, I don't know. I mean, make it very clear that we do not know.
Same. Yeah.
But we can only assume, and based off our experience, when teams are having these kinds of results for how good the players are, most of the time there are there's so many problems that they can't pinpoint one. And therefore, from what Frost is saying, you can't just blame one guy, just fully comes into fruition because there's too many problems that you have to work on it one by one, and you have to have that resilience as a team to believe in each other and be like, we got this for next time or whatever. But the only thing is, I think there's too much public pressure, and I don't know how the org is, but I assume org pressure, there will have to make a change. You know?
It's tough. It's an ugly part of the business, but I've always been bothered by that because in my time in NA, I felt that a lot. Yep. And like people would do that a lot. Teammates would do that a lot. And I think culturally we're like that. But I can tell you the Eastern Europeans aren't like that at all.
One thing I'll say about Andre, or about what Andre said about Ian, I play games with Ian like outside of Val, right? Like I'll play like Arc Raiders with him. Shit. He's like, we were talking about MIBR, and I remember him telling me at the beginning of the season, like, I want to be the best that I can be, but more importantly than that, I just want to keep the vibes up on the team. Like I have so much faith in all these players. He's not said a bad word about any of these players, bro. Like he goes, I know for a fact he went out of his way to make everyone comfortable, kept the vibes good. That's just how he is. Like, so I agree with you. For him to get as much shit as he is getting as his friend, it's sad. It's just sad. You can't do anything, and it's part of the game. But it's just sad to see because I know what his goals were going into this season, and I know what he wanted to do for his teammates, which was only to make them better while making himself better and make sure that the team doesn't fall apart, which inevitably it did. But yeah.
It just sucks.
Esports, baby.
Yeah,
it really
but like,
fucking
if
sucks.
you ask, what do I think about MIBR? That is a fucking disaster, bro. That is a fucking disaster. That's my honest opinion on what I see. Like that is a disastrous result. I'm sorry. Like for anyone at that level of play, players like Zekin, Aspas, Burno, to have that much talent, to have that many expectations, and to fall short this hard is you're cooked.
The most interesting to me is they were close to making Santiago, if we remember, right?
Yeah, they should have.
Normally, you get better.
Think about this. They are 0-5 in playoffs, bro.
I know.
When the caster said that, I'm like, wait, they had 3 chances to make Santiago and didn't make any of them. And also, they got reverse swept in the final game.
Oh my God, yeah.
They were 2-0 up to NRG.
Holy shit.
And lost 3 in a row, didn't make it. Came back this season, lost to Envy, and then just lost in groups. Or in playoffs twice, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just the worst way you can go is what they chose. But these are the worst results a super team can have. Vitality looks godlike in comparison to this team and what they did. It's got to be the worst I've seen. So that's why I said there's no world where I don't see them making changes. It's just that bad. It's too bad.
What do you think they need? Actually, I'm not even going to say what I think they need. What do you think they need, Pujan?
I think they need a real caller. I think they need a structure with a real caller and a coach that meshes with that caller. Period. What I really said is fucking Loud or Crew will not, or sorry, what I said is Crew is not going to win without Aspas, and Aspas will not win without that Crew team. Like, they're not going to win without each other. I said Aspas, Sadhack, and Les need to play together, or they will never win again.
I saw
that would be fucking.
And
solid.
I
genuinely
don't
believe
disagree with you. Yeah. I actually agree with him. I mean, I think Aspas came close last year because the form that they ended up hitting was pretty incredible at one point.
Bro, how the fuck is Aspas just like the end of the year warrior? Like it's just crazy.
Just too good a player.
Yeah, he's an everyday warrior, but it's a 5-man game.
I swear to God, this guy in the first fucking 3 tournaments of the year just.
The thing is,
he's at champs. This motherfucker's on Adderall, bro.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, it's
this guy's
not that.
1v5ing at champ. That champs run was crazy as fuck.
I'm telling you, it's not like that. It's not that Aspas like falls off or doesn't try hard and then he works his way in. That's not real, bro. You can't ever get that good if you're not that all year.
This guy literally he looks at his fucking watch, his fucking Cartier fucking Santos watch, bro.
He's on trend and he just gets buffed.
And he looks at it and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's time, bro. Time to make my fucking paycheck."
He's just
baby.
that guy, bro. I'm
Time
telling
to make
you,
my paycheck,
the
bro.
best version of all of those players that I've ever seen was when they played with each other.
I agree. That loud core breaking up was kind of weird. And
Right.
I mean, I know they did it for money, but
Well, that or maybe something happened in the team. That's why I said I don't know if there's any personal issues between any of them. I don't know them like that. However, if there aren't, or if there are things that can be figured out, that is the only world where I see Sadhack, Les, or Aspas winning a tournament again.
I agree. I actually agree with that. Because also, I will say this though. I'm not trying to second guess. I mean, I really don't care. But I'm just saying, like, in general, this isn't where it's coming from. It's not coming to be like, I'm better, you're better, who gives a fuck? That is not it. But in this meta, the way, with as fast as it is, Aspas was always going to struggle simply because of the pace that his pace is slower. Like Primmie's actually. His pace is like that. It's a controlled pace. However, he would have greatly benefited with Zekin and him having a 1-2 combo and having structure around that similar to like Nongshim.
So are you saying less opping? Or are you just saying in general the structure was just not
in
good?
general, I just think the roles, the comps, and the style just wasn't really going to work with the type of player Aspas is and the meta. I think I'll give you a small example. I think what Cruz did with Jip Boys and with Primmie is a perfect example of what Aspas can benefit from given this current meta. Right. Because if you have a Zekin or a Jogamo up front like that, and in this case, Jip Boys, obviously, or Danby, creating that much space a la Francis, that is where I think the majority of Aspas's impact will be felt. I think what's happening, and this is kind of to your point with an inexperienced caller, is when you don't have a guy that can make adjustments fast enough, you're always playing from the back foot. And when you don't have the pace to match, and when you can't isolate easy fights, every round is a grind.
Right.
And as good as Aspas is, all these players are getting better too.
Right.
Like you can't look at
harder.
Furia.
The game's always harder.
Yeah. Yeah, like you can't look at Furia and just realize that like the game has advanced so much. Koala Noob is on like his 5th or 6th agent.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy beating players like this that have developed so much. Meanwhile, Aspas is still going back to the same comfort agents.
Right.
So it's like everyone is getting better. Everyone's playing different agents. The style is different. And even though there's no sentinels to like stop fast duelists, they're not even playing fast.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, to me, I think it's like an unforced error.
So are you also just saying that structurally as a team, they did not use Zekin and Aspas as well as they should have
100%.
together?
I will tell you this personally, especially both from experience speaking and also seeing what Cruz did with Primmie and Jit. Jit, by the way, wasn't even Zekin. He wasn't even he was my Sentinel controller player. And now he's playing duelist. I would say I would have never had the same approach with the 5 guys ever. And especially since I've had a player like Primmie, who is very similar in model to Aspas, I would never have relied on Aspas to do what he's doing. I would have just highlighted what he's good at and put a space creator around the governor. Of course. Because that is when you win. Like, I think another idea they could have thought of was EG system in 23 would have been perfect for the players they have on this team.
In this meta as well, by the way.
Yes, 100%. The EG 23 style would have been for them going in now. What I'm seeing, especially out of Zekin, because I feel bad for Zach, because like Zach is like one of my favorite players.
The one player I've never heard anything bad about, by the way.
Facts. Because he's also
even behind the scenes, you'll hear shit about players.
Fun to play with.
That's the one guy I haven't heard one bad thing about.
Yeah, because I think, and I don't know this for certain. I don't know if Fracture is their best map. I don't probably study them as much as you guys do, but I will say that like the Fracture style of like the Neon with Zach and then Aspas on the jet or whatever.
He's on the jet ski.
Yeah, like that style I think is like their best style. I don't know if Fracture's their best map because, like I said, I don't study them as much.
I was surprised they didn't play that on Ascent because that's like in
where I'm going with this. Like
that people are running right now.
That to me should have been the blueprint from the start of the year. It's not something you do when
exactly what you're saying is exactly what I did when I was down 1-3 in 2023.
Yeah.
I literally said, everyone back on your one tricks. That's it. We're going to play around our duelists.
I mean, to be fair though, like the neon rays made sense too though, because like the rays isn't the one going out. It's like kind of the same thing, but you have more utility than the jet. You know what I mean? Like, and Osmos is a good raise. You know, like. So
it's just comfort. I think when someone is as good, I've always said this, if someone is as good as he is on this agent, like say Jet, just play around it.
I mean, it's what PRX did.
Right. You're almost always going to gain, like if everyone just plays around it and plays. This is what I think, like, I think structurally, I do agree with you. They didn't use them well enough, but I think it also came down to the other players adapting around playing for those guys. I just think that might have been also a big issue, right? Because they do have other stars. Like Mazinho had a good split a couple times where he was playing really well. So Verno was exceptional on like our team before that, like in terms of numbers and what he was putting up. But if you were to ask me, like, what do you think they should do for next time, or what do you think they should have done? In my head, I'm not having Verno call, no matter how much he wants to do it. I'm having someone else make the calls for the team because I already have too much talent. Like, I'm not trying to have Verno call. I'm trying to have someone else make those calls and have somebody who's a fucking geek. Maximum activating everyone. That's it. That's your job. Like, activate anyone. You don't need to put up those crazy numbers. We got someone for that.
I was just critical about their kickoff because they were running a lot of single duelists with Ospas, which I think is just not his game.
I think Fraud did say he was. That's what
I'm talking about.
They changed it for
now they're
stage
trying to do what PRX and like Talon did, but they did it now
too late.
3 months later than everybody, and now everyone is better at the same double duelist style. This is where I'm going with, like, Cruz saw this immediately and was like, yeah, fuck this.
I mean,
like,
even their adjustments were obvious. I'm not going to lie. Like, some of the stuff they were doing is to the opponent is clearly on radar ahead of them. Yeah. They get flooded on constantly. Why is that? Why is the opponent always flooding on you? How do they always have 4 people there? It's because they know where you're going. They're ahead of you in the round. You haven't done enough on the opposite side. That's the one thing NRG is almost perfect at. You can't flood against NRG often enough because they're better at keeping space long enough for you to stay separated on defense. And that might be our struggle with that so heavily this split. Like, fuck the Envy game. I'm talking about other games where they had close.
I also think that's because they're playing, if I remember correctly, aren't they playing non-recon? Aren't they playing like
Sky?
Oh.
Sky,
Sky.
They're
a Sky team, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit too much stress. Bro, you know how hard it is already to play
like Sky solo
is you need like
rough.
a ball. Like, you need a baller. You need a guy that can actually win macro consistently and is okay with losing macro because he knows how to get it back, right? In a really like grimy way. Like, small example, like if you have an op on the board, you just have a jump spotter first and then the op peaks. Like, if you could do things like the old CS tricks that you would do, FNS, like, right? Like, if you could steal angles that way, and then you don't really need the recon as much, but you have to know that like you have to know how to do this systematically over the course of like all these maps. They're running no info on what I might say could be viewed as disrespectful. I'm just going to say that I've never looked at most of them as the highest IQ players that can like systematically break you down. I've looked at most of those guys on that team as just overwhelmingly powerful with their like micro or their mechanics, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Single any Sky on a team like that is a disaster.
It's fair.
Because you have one timing, one tempo, one hit.
Yeah, it's just plain.
And if it doesn't work, you're going to lose.
Right.
And I think that is just very, very risky to do with an inexperienced caller and also with a team with this much pressure. Because that means everything has to be done and won at that one little like point. Whereas like G2, for instance, which I'm assuming what you mean is Leaf gets enough space, he'd be like, guys, I think they're rotating off, just come back. And then they come back and now you just fucked up because you're leaning too heavily on one side and now they get a free bomb site and shit like that, right? So if you have an experienced caller,
I do agree. One initiator, you have less options, period.
I think that is so crazy, actually, in my opinion. First off, I already told Cruz I think that was fucking crazy, but at least he has the experience of knowing what to do when he has
how to play around it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I think it hurt them heavily. But I have seen them play well too. Like, that's the sad part too. Sure. I saw them play against an exceptional Lev. Yeah, and they played relatively okay.
A good pivot point, a decent pivot point is, do you know how many coaches can't develop IGLs? actually, in Valorant.
I mean, I don't because I've only played with so few, but Bonkar was good at it. Chet was good at it. So
there are so many coaches that do not know how to develop IGLs in this game. And it's like so interesting to me. Like very interesting.
To be fair to them, one thing I will say about coaches developing IGLs is I don't know if you have that much time to sometimes. Who knows though? Like it also depends on the IGL and how much they're willing to listen and hear what you're saying. I don't know. I like to not speculate because I don't know what the dynamic is between the IGL and the coach.
Yeah, I mean, you won't know about other teams, but you can tell
just based off of their play.
This is Verno's second year now, right?
Yeah.
And if you can look at year 1 and year 2 and you're still doing the same things, having the same mistakes, you know, if your defaults suffer from the same problems, that means you're not evolving. That means you're not developing in certain areas you should be.
Can you fucking imagine if Artson was still on MIBR? Like,
I think he would have a field day, brother.
No shade to Ian, but like Artson IGLing like on Furia, like it's actually pretty good, man. Like he's actually
solid.
Really fucking
They default well, they play well. Even I felt bad for them when they lost the way that they did, but they also lost to an in-form energy that completely outplayed them rotationally.
Yeah.
That I can't hate on. Like, if you're playing an inform energy, almost every team in the world is losing.
But like, if Art stayed and like IGL'd that team and like Verno like just did fucking, I don't even know if he mid rounds, but
we never got to ask Artson.
That'd be fucked.
Because he never got on. But like, the one thing I was so impressed by Artson was everyone remember, or I mean, at least me, I remember the overtime on Ascent where he fucked up, where he tried to pop flash through the smoke and he goes out and he tries to make a play when he has like support coming in.
Oh yeah.
And I remember how distraught he was after that. But just imagine like a guy like that goes through a period like that, comes back the next year, qualifies for the the first major with a new team, all that stuff. You know how much resilience that takes? I have seen players on my teams. I've seen good players, smart players, lose so much confidence in everything. Yeah. If that's the last thing you do in an off season, it was like the
last run at champs, and you
for sure.
Yeah, that's why I told you when we thought we were gonna have him on. Like I was like, man, I'm so impressed by that. To have that moment happen in the biggest stage, and that be the last thing that happens when you're on that team. Then you go to a new team and see how good everyone's playing, see your confidence, see the resilience that you had as a player,
and you beat your old team to qualify for
it, and beat the old team. I was like, bro, this guy's the fucking truth, bro.
Yeah. Sent them to us, and then we sent them to the gulag.
I love Governor with a passion, and this is not a slight. I'm happy with everything that Gov has done since, but in my opinion, Governor to me will be the biggest what if of my career. I might have ruined him, actually, but obviously by accident, but Governor was so good for us in 24. But the moment Gov lost confidence, I could never get it back.
He was the worst player in the game, bro. It was insane. That beginning of 25, he was so bad.
But people don't understand how valuable
Is this the tail thing?
Yeah.
When he just walked into that phase?
Yeah. But people don't understand like how good he was for us in 24 and how smart he is in general. The moment he lost confidence, it was over. I legitimately believed, oh, fuck, Artson's done. This moment is going to eat at him forever. He's cooked. Motherfucker came out next season, like
made the team that everybody thought was going to be
insane.
Everybody was rating Furia as the worst fucking team in the league.
Me of them all, bro. I didn't even watch one of their games. I had to VOD review it because I was like, I will VOD review this fucking game if MIBR loses to them. And then next day I had to do it.
So I've been so impressed by that because I know how fucking hard it is. Because I know when people start losing confidence and have that doubt, like you just talked about you earlier.
Yeah.
When that doubt starts to creep in, it's basically over.
It
like
is.
when you lose the inner fuck you, it's basically over. Because now,
especially in this game, bro, this game is like
it's just heavier.
It only isn't over if you love what you're doing still. And I kind of also fell out of love with it. You know, my favorite thing to do was watch VODs and like figure out new strats, new things that I can do, new ways I can help watch a specific player so I can help my Senti player, watch a specific player so I can help my Initiator player. I loved doing that. And then I fell out of love with it.
Hell nah, this guy doesn't get bitches, bro. Yo, you know what I love doing?
I love doing that shit, bro. I love doing that shit. It was literally my favorite thing in the world. The amount of in Counter-Strike, the amount of demos I had downloaded.
That's impressive.
I can't even like it's almost nasty because then you're gonna instantly know what my chair smelled like just based off that. It was gross how much I was sitting down, I was doing watching shit when I didn't even know I was gonna have a career in this game. That's how much I loved Counter-Strike and then Valorant after. But 2025, I did genuinely feel like even before that, even when we were winning those off-season events in early into 24, when I rejoined Energy with Sam, I was like, damn, I don't feel like I want to do any of this stuff anymore. Like, it's not fun. I don't want to move to LA again. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And that's the first time I've ever, that's the first time I've ever felt that though. I loved the grind before, and then I just fell out of love with it. Even now, like I rarely, if ever, play ranked because I think it's boring as shit. I also, when I ever played ranked, my whole job was to try to get better at the game. Don't do that anymore. Don't need to do that. Same thing with Pugs and Counter-Strike. Before that, like I grinded the fuck out of that when it benefited me. And then I also just loved it. I just loved every aspect of the games that I've played. But once you fall out of love with that aspect of the game or any aspect of the game, it's impossible to come back when you have doubts. Impossible, like actually impossible. And the good thing about Artisan is that's not the case. You know, he loves the game clearly.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive by him. But that's also how you develop your pattern recognition. That's why your pattern recognition was so good, is because you saw these things so much. Yeah. You know what the go-to is.
I just watch every scenario, perma.
Yeah, and you just play the advantages. And sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes somebody does really nasty shit. Like they just like walk up on a timing and you're like, ooh.
And then I watched so many VODs. I copied so much shit from top teams as well. Like it's not all me. Like what the fuck? People are sitting there thinking like, oh, I made up this strat. No, bro. Like this team, fucking random ass team did it. And then I just took it and used it in the perfect scenario. Right. So it looked insane because I did it in a Masters event. They only did it in regional, like online qualifier. So theirs didn't get as much attention. But I've copied so much shit from other players just because of how much I watched.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do that a lot. I mean, especially if you run as many comps as I do,
you should.
You can't.
You have no reason not to.
Yeah,
like,
I can't.
Bro, he's ran like comps from fucking GC tier 3.
I love that about your team, by the way, man. You guys got balls running some of the shit you run. Like, I'm like, like it's unexpected, but it's also just like from the outside looking in a gamble. Maybe from your side of it, you've already figured it all out. But from the outside looking, it's always a fucking just an ultimate like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, I mean, prepping against a team that's running new shit all the time is hard as fuck.
Well, you can't.
Plus, you're playing with your career.
Reps against
you're playing with your career every time you do it. Because if you do it too much and it doesn't work often, you're fucked.
Yeah. Well, we did our experimentation phase. We went 0-2, and then it's like, oh fuck, like we kind of figured it out. Do we commit? Do we like actually do this now and like stick with it? And it's just like, dude, like
is this the best you guys have been? Do you think?
Button. Huh?
Is this the most? Is this currently the best team you have been on and the best like overall form you have been on in your life? Period.
I actually think so. Yeah. Like in Valorant,
I don't know about that. There was I think it was a Reykjavik.
There was a period where I was just fucking absurd, like on Jet. Like when Jet had the
when you would just go on phase
and you could
A
refresh
12 times in a row, and you would just win every round. And I used to get so mad at you and used to flame you. Yeah, that one.
Oh, so when you were wasting my time, that was
feeling.
Yes.
When he was wasting my time, he was the most informed.
He was just dropping 30s everywhere, and I just couldn't.
I hated you, bro.
Like, fuck this guy, bro.
I hated you and your whole
We had a
team,
match against Pujan. I hit A 12 rounds on a Actually, hold on. No, hold on. We hit A 11 rounds on Icebox. Pujan was the B player. I think about 7 rounds in, like we were all fucking around.
With Jimmy,
like,
right?
wow.
You were with Jimmy that time.
Yeah, it was me and Jimmy. Yeah. But like we literally hit A 7 rounds, and Pujan literally was the only guy at B. Not even playing B, playing mid.
Yep.
And he had 4 people on A.
We could not hold it. We couldn't hold it.
7 rounds in a row, they couldn't hold it. Bro, I shit you not.
We couldn't
go B. I'm like laughing. I'm like, hey, fuck it, bro. Let's go B. Like they think they're gonna be stacked A. We go B. Pujan gets like a 3K. We lose the round. I was like, fuck this. We're going A for the rest of the game.
Bro, that was a rough time.
He's literally... Bro, he had 4 of his mans there, and they couldn't hold it every time. I don't even know what you're supposed to do.
No, you know what the worst part is? I even gave them my mollies. I gave them my mollies. Like that's all. I had nothing at B. I had my alarm bot and my turret, and that was it. And I wasn't even playing B, by the way. I was playing under mid with my alarm bot at B because I wanted to rotate A fast.
Bro,
that was probably the most annoying Andre's ever been. I'll be honest.
One of the biggest what ifs of my entire career was if I had actually gotten fucking traded and gone with Jimmy, bro. Bro, you literally, Pujan literally was like, trying to pull out any string to just get a good fucking duelist player, and like he literally was like, bro, I don't usually do this. I will literally take a pay cut. Like you're gonna take like a fucking 3 or 4K pay
It's
cut.
because I knew what we had already on the team. Like I knew that we were literally like this close to just being in, like way better than, like I watched enough of Sen at that time, right?
Yeah,
and that was the top team in Americas. I watched enough of whoever the fuck else, like I think it was 100 Thieves. I was like, these guys are not nice. I'm telling you, they're not nice. Like, but I need my guys. I need guys.
Dude.
As soon as I got guys, it was the freest fucking couple months of my career.
And that was like, I was just thinking like when you look back and everything and you're just like, wow, like I would have developed into probably the most fucking Thanos. Like if he could fucking literally,
I mean, the fact that you're doing this now, brother, like I don't know what you would have been.
Yeah.
You would
That's what I'm saying, bro. I was like thinking about it. I was like, dude, if I got to develop under you as an IGL and like you fucking put me in these spots and taught me the game, like basically how I've learned it at this point. Yeah. Holy fuck, bro. I probably would have been fucking Thanos, fucking God. In the server,
I was impressed
because that was like you would have gotten me in my like in that prime of duelist where like it was just fucking
Neon
full
and Jet.
instincts. Just
both were good. Both were good too at the time. Well, I mean, obviously
Chet like loved Neon as well. He was the first one to like want to do it on Fracture Split. And I was like, fuck yeah.
The biggest regret, like I remember literally, I was like, bro, they're not letting me go, and Pujan straight up was like, you got to bench yourself, and I just didn't have the balls because I've never been like a.
It's a fucked up thing to do. What?
Yeah, I've never been in like a spot where like I told my fucking org like, no, I'm not fucking playing.
Yeah, you also feel bad for your teammates too. Those are boys. Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, that would have been insane.
Off the street after I think a year and a half, you came. Your first game was on Sentinels. Your first map was Lotus, and you were B mount, and you were just shitting on them with a deagle.
That's so funny.
That's when that to me was still like.
It's so fucking funny.
I'm not gonna lie. When I watched you,
and that was a good Sentinels team. That wasn't like what you know now.
I was scared you were gonna be fucking horrible, bro. Like I was scared for you.
I didn't know how it was gonna be. I didn't know how
I was scared for you because I didn't know either. I was like, I don't know. I just don't know.
I mean, the first map. What was the first? Was the first map?
The only thing I was happy about for you
was Lotus. And you were on defense, and you started on mound, and you just had a deagle, and you were just shitting on them.
At best, I thought you were gonna be all right. But bro, like you topping the charts every single season, I'm like, it doesn't make sense in my brain. No, I'm not even trying to glaze. It's just brain dead. It makes zero sense to me. Like, how you haven't been playing this whole time?
How were you not in franchising?
Yeah. How you haven't been playing this whole time?
How was Patman and Javi not in franchising? Like
I
it's
tried,
like that
bro.
Type shit.
I tried
like
to tell NRG to pick me up, bro. I could have saved you, Pujan.
Oh, you should have taken my fucking spot. Good luck. Fuck, if you had me, you were doing these podcasts every day. You should have just been like, yo, you know I can play, right? I would have been like, okay, come play. I've been trying to leave. Yeah, but it is insane to see. Like it's awesome to see. Hey,
it's fun as fuck, bro.
I mean, if Arsenal wins this year, then maybe G2 will too. Because I always say G2 is like Arsenal,
bro. We're always in contention, you know? It's just a matter of time. Who knows when it'll be? Maybe
I have high hopes for fucking Frost's team too. You guys have fucking insane players.
Yeah.
Just depends how they take the Masters stage.
Anyone can go on a run, bro. Anybody can go on a run.
That's true. That's true.
It is true.
If my team plays well, I'm very confident. They're very confident. The issue with us isn't even about like confidence.
It helps kind of that you're going to be in groups too.
Yeah,
like, you don't want to be top.
Yeah,
getting that
experience
I wanted
really
to because I like the time to prepare. But obviously for them, for Javi, it's like more important to get these reps, especially when you're making a champs run.
I will say, like going through that bracket is pretty fucking awesome. Like going through the gauntlet, like and making it to playoffs is like you feel like
so rewarding. No,
really ready. Like because when we watched, like I think did BBL lose their first game on stage? I think they did.
Yeah.
Like especially as a newer team to like international, like if you make it out of group. Like it's way better than being like a newer team first seed.
Yes, you're creating a run.
Yeah,
because I remember when we won Reykjavik, we were going to lose to the Guard. Like we were 11-4 down, and that was the final map. If we lose that game, we were out. And then we came back and won 13-11. We literally felt like a new team after that win. Like a whole new roster. We went back hella motivated, practice, everyone's death matching. And then we started doing shit because people don't realize this, but teams develop as the event progresses.
Yes.
They don't start the event the same as how they end it. They become much better teams as they progress. Not because they're adding new shit, but the confidence of the players is increasing tenfold per win.
And the variables change.
Yeah.
Yep. So now if you have a setup that like is designed to do this one thing, you might have another because this guy would be like, I don't need help side here. I could just kill this guy if he peeks.
The more you win, the less you overthink. The less you start overthinking and more just start kind of focusing on your play. That's it. And then eventually you're in the grand final. And then obviously grand finals, anything can happen. So
I think had this meta not like the Santiago meta not been so curated for Nongshim, I think that there's a world where they could have struggled as well. Like if it wasn't just like, oh, it's the meta that they played for fucking 2 years straight already.
Actually, yeah.
Like I think that maybe that would have been a different
sure.
world for them as well. First game on stage and everything like that.
I mean, I'm now what 5-0 against Nongshim in 2 years, and it's really just Sentinels. You just have a good sense. I mean, I didn't even have a Sentinel. I mean, I did actually. It was Sage. Sage just bodies his shit. Like, oh, you want to run Neon Phoenix? Eat this slow. Come at me.
It's definitely the most one-dimensional play style I've seen win a tournament.
Yeah,
in terms of the 4-1 hits with Ivy just being away from the team, and then he just gets his lurks off because the entries are gotten.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how has this not? Every game they won, I was like, this has to be antied now. It doesn't get antied the next game. Didn't get antied by Paper X. I'm like, oh wow.
It was just so.
Yeah,
the neon shit was just so oppressive. If you had not played against it, no one was really doing this shit on neon. Yeah. If I'm genuine, like no one was doing this fucking just abusing the mechanics.
Well, 24
of the character.
Governor was. That's what we started because I was running Yoru Neon 24 kickoff.
Yeah, but I mean, like to this extent though, like with this type,
it's because he specialized in it and he pushed it on every map.
It wasn't just
like,
neon though. It was like you needed the Yoru as well to like throw the fucking supportive flashes. And
we did it in champs. I believe Pujon watched that game where I played MIBR. No, they weren't MIBR. Wait, no, Lev. It was Ospas and King. I had Neon and Yoru on bind.
Yeah.
Because no. I remember
watching
is insane. Trust me.
And then you pair it with the abuse of the shotgun as well. It was just like people weren't doing this shit at all, bro. And
right. It's just that they took it to a level that no one else. Like they took it far beyond because I feel like almost Steve Nash and the Suns, how like they started the 3-point shit,
but like
they didn't push it. Yeah, exactly.
It almost like
they
so
pushed
simple.
It so far. They're like the Golden State Warriors, really, if you think about it.
It was, bro.
Prowler
this side for the neon while he fucking goes this side.
His routes were like he also had different routes too. The same route every time.
It's so rehearsed though. Like everything they did was extremely rehearsed. You could tell that he's been playing for 2 years straight.
Yeah.
Like,
but in fairness, the best way to beat that style is just to play retake. Just a good retake. Because the problem with Neon especially is if you give up the first kill to her, she's so fast. The space that she gets to the next level
she
faster.
Can reposition.
So you know how you pre-aim angles? She's killing you for free because you're pre-aiming something and she's like now in your face.
Yeah.
So it's like unlucky. But like if you don't give her that first one, she can't scale further. Yeah. And then her util's gone because she needs it to get in.
Yeah.
So it's like, but the thing is, back to Pacific, when people don't have patience playing Pacific, they just fucking kill themselves. And these guys are so good mechanically that if you give them an advantage like that, well, you got no chance, bro.
Why did you guys struggle so hard versus them when you played them on G2?
Well, we actually gave them
because this motherfucker's on Yoru.
No, we were the only ones that gave them a run for their money.
Yeah, you were. You guys were close. You guys were close.
We're the only team that took a map off of them.
Right. Yeah,
I know. Relax, bro. Relax.
Fuck you, bro.
Fight me, bro.
I wasn't even all Yoru in that series. I was on Waylay every map.
I'm fucking with you.
I got hella emotional there.
My bad, bro.
No, it was close as fuck. It was close as fuck, bro. It came down to one bullet. If I would have won the 1v4
split one
retake,
it
came down to one dude. If that guy got even licked, he's dead.
If my grandma had wheels, she'd be a bike.
Yeah, dead ass. Actually,
he has you, so now he's range baiting.
Yeah, he got me. But
bro, this motherfucker started O2 barbecue.
I'll give them
I'll give them whole team in. You know what people were saying? Like, hey, Frost, can I have a picture? 05 barbecue.
Wow.
They would call him 05 barbecue because I lost 5 maps in a row in fucking Ho Chi Minh. All because of this mother flower. So yeah, he gets it back too. Fuck out of here.
That's
This is Pujon's first time seeing it. But trust.
It's true.
Fuck this guy, bro. He's on my shit all
What
the
Frost
time.
said, by the way, the reason why Nongshin was so good at Corrode specifically was because if you tried to flood or you tried to play Insight, Dambi's getting a kill on you with a shotgun.
Yep.
You can't flood because he's already
angles
holding
are too
you.
close angles. They're too close. The bomb side is not
So
big enough.
like you kind of had to play full
Opposite of
retake,
Breeze.
and even then, if you like full retakes are never like it doesn't guarantee.
You
it's
need
like
ults. If
yeah,
not,
it's
you
still a
have to actually play
50-50
macro.
in a way.
And
Like, even if it's
all
5
the
on
choke
5.
points in the retakes are small.
Yeah, so the shotgun was just
not
busted
only
and
are the
shit.
bomb sites tiny, if you try to flood, you are flooding into the tiniest choke points where one piece of util can ruin your retake or your flood.
Yeah.
One molly, one Viper molly, everyone's vulnerable going through. One paranoia, one fucking anything, and you're cooked. One tether.
So that's why it was just so hard. That's why they're so dominant on Corrode. I mean, no one touched them on that map. I thought for sure PRX with the Vice comp. I thought maybe
close. They should have won map 1.
I thought maybe that would be like they can take
too,
Corrode.
right? It was a big one, if I remember.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that big. No. Wait.
I thought it was.
Maybe from first half, yeah. I think from first half they did have a big lead. And then slowly Nongshim came back. But yeah, when they lost Corrode, I'm like, yeah, it's over. They've lost this
I
game.
got to check this. I'm pretty sure it was like 9-3, bro. And
I thought that was like
fuck?
Maybe.
with the Vise. I thought the Vise was the answer.
8-4.
8-4 half, okay.
I mean, that's not
8-4
as
with
big a lead
pistol
in my
win,
head.
so they were they lose pistol.
PRX won pistol, they got thriftied. They got ecoed.
Of course.
Yeah, because the Dambi probably just bought a jug
And they came back, though, but still, though.
or a Bucky.
So
I'm sure.
it should have been 9-3 if they don't get thriftied.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they still fucking lost.
I ain't gonna
insane.
lie, by the way.
Yeah.
People don't understand how big in a grand final that map 1 win is.
No, actually,
once you win map 1 in a grand final, you feel like a different team. You know you're
Especially
gonna
for
win.
PRX. If PRX wins map,
Right.
Yeah.
So tell me if you agree with this or not, because I had a lot of, I don't want to say dissension in the squad, but so for me, map 3, so in a best of 5, map 3s are always a swing, right?
Yeah.
So to me, there's no difference between losing 3-2 or 3-0. I don't give a fuck. I still lost, right?
Yeah.
So I front loaded our PRX comps to be the weaker ones, and we had Breeze and Split in the best of 5, basically our two best. Oh no, Split 4th, Breeze 5th to close out the series. So if we won 1 or 2, we basically had a good chance to just beat them, right?
Yeah.
People didn't like that. They wanted the strong maps in the front, and so it's funny you say that because to me, I just felt like the longer the series went, the more PRX would push. And like, especially knowing the good maps are at the end, it's like I just need one
I
out
think
of the
you're
first
thinking
3.
of this as a coach when I'm looking at it from a player perspective.
Yeah, they were
from a
cooked.
from a player perspective, not only are you exhausting them, kind of,
Sure.
you're also taking away the momentum of that first map potentially, like that map 1 win. You want that map 1 win in a grand final because it just does so much to your team internally that you couldn't know as a coach potentially, but like you would as a player. Like you feel different going backstage, coming back. Doesn't matter what the next map is. You could legit have a permaban as your next map and you would still have a good chance of winning just because you won map 1. It just is such a I guess what is it called when you like set the tone, a tone setter for the rest of the series. When you lose that map 1, it almost feels like you're on the back foot and you mentally feel it in a grand final. That's all it is. That's how I felt, at least every time. Like Loud, if we had beaten them on Ascent in the champs final, I guarantee you we would have 3-0'd them. Guaranteed. And all the maps were close, but still, if we had been able to close that game out to this day, I believe we would have 3-0'd them. And that's how it was for Reykjavik as well when we did 3-0 them. It just that map 1 matters so much when you are playing a team that's like you feel like is an equal skill level, maybe slightly better than you, maybe slightly worse. That map 1 win is just so big.
Yeah, Frost, it's like fucking 3 days back to back, bro. It's like lower BO3, lower BO5, lower, and then grand final BO5.
Yeah, it's
and
the confidence of knowing you just showed up to the grand final. Like you are in the lead in the grand final. That's a confidence you can't replicate. It's a new level of confidence.
Yeah. Dude, like the
which was Cruz's strategy because he picked Pearl, their best map, against Paper Rex in the best of 5.
Yeah.
And for me, this is mainly CS. That should always be in your head, the third map. Like your best map should be the swing map.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like
I get it from both. I get it from both
the
perspectives,
right?
Yeah.
So, but I was curious about what you thought because I had conversations about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think like from my Santiago run, like that I just wasn't ready for like how fucking much it was, like how much it is to go on that run. Because you could just even look at my face on that last PRX game. I'm just fucking dead.
Yeah.
Like literally, my eyes are just chopped, bro. Visually, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Imagine how I felt, bro.
No. It's why even what you eat matters, and that's why like people that go to the gym, like, bro, I tell people this all the time. In 2024 ConCon at the Soul Dragon Hotel that we were at, I saw him at the gym twice a day because me and Cruz are going to the gym twice a day, in the morning and at night.
Yeah,
ConCon was there twice a day, going to the gym, working out. It's no surprise to me that during that tournament he had the run that he had, and then in the grand finals he has the most energy. He was yelling every match to the top of his lungs. The two of you have already played. You already know how draining it is emotionally after playing that. But imagine if you're also yelling as a duelist. First off, me personally, I think that's crazy because one, it's hard to make good decisions when you're emotional. And two, if you're yelling your brains out, in theory to me, energy-wise, it should be taxing you.
Yeah.
This guy was pushing, walking up solo, getting kills, getting back, yelling after every round.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing him in the gym workout all the time. And I don't know his food habits, but I'm assuming he's not eating McDonald's. And he's actually like eating vegetables and fiber and like taking care of his body.
Yeah.
Because I know he has like the Allen Iverson shit where he has like the sleeve, he has like all this stuff. So, like, I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know if it's like for health specific, but I'm just saying, like, he looks like he takes care of himself. I can tell you he was in the gym almost every day that I was there. I saw him twice. Man. And I feel like that stuff
these are very underrated
so
things.
underrated.
No, it matters
for players. They don't realize
sleep
that stuff.
Bro, sleep?
Yeah.
You know what really cooked me? I think where it all started getting like wonky for me was after the BBL game. I couldn't unwind. And I think it was PRX after the BBL game. And we had like 2 days before we played again. So the one night where like I should be using to recover, I couldn't unwind because like we had just gotten done like beating fucking BBL, putting foot in ass.
Yeah.
And I think that even just that one fucking day where I got bad sleep just like fucked me, bro. Like I wasn't able to recover from that. Like
Makes
that
sense.
deep into the tournament.
Makes
So
sense.
like, you know,
sleep
we're
debt
working.
is also really fucked.
Yeah. So
I will make the recommendation to you in the future though. So science says that creatine is naturally good at
if you take like over
counteracting
10
the adverse effect. Yeah. It's like
10
I think
grams,
it's like 20 milligrams.
Yeah.
If you take that, it should help performance-wise counteract the negative effects of sleep deprivation.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check.
That's something that we have now that I
didn't.
didn't know when I was younger, but now the science will tell you that, like, you know,
I just took a melatonin, brother.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Well, to
literally,
sleep, yeah.
So,
but I'm old. I can't sleep. I don't know. Around 30, I couldn't get 8 hours of sleep straight, and I'm still there now. Where like I'm just fucking.
I can get 12 hours of sleep effortlessly.
Oh,
that's awesome,
bro. I can't, bro. That's why I got bags
I love
on my eyes
sleep,
now,
man.
Shit.
I love sleep,
bro. I do too, but I just can't do it, and I'm such a bitch too because if you make any
your
noise,
body naturally. I was gonna say that sucks because you're a light sleeper and you can't get a lot of sleep when you do sleep. That sucks.
Yeah. Like, no matter what, if I sleep at midnight or 1 a.m., I'm waking up at 7 or 8 guaranteed. And it's probably from all the years of school and sports doing the same shit. Because even, bro, I go to sleep 4 o'clock
then
in the
you're
morning.
going to be a Sliggy type watch party, or if you ever watch party, because fuck, you're going to be up for every region.
Oh, hell no.
Take your nap, come back.
I don't have the energy. I couldn't do that. I can't do what you do, I don't think. I'm telling you right now. No shot.
I only do 2 regions. Bro. It's Sliggy, bro. Sliggy can do 3 or 4.
Sliggy
I'm like,
does
fuck that.
That's even crazy.
He does like
machine.
4 sometimes.
He's a machine.
Hour.
And the chat's like, Sliggy clears you. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I was never trying to compete with that fucking guy.
I'm not trying to die.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to die,
yeah,
bro.
I agree. I can't do that. Plus, I also have the attention span where like I need to be
goldfish.
I have to enjoy what I'm watching. If I'm not enjoying it, I will not analyze it. I won't care. I'll start talking about random ass shit. And so that's a lot of my streams are
that's
me.
The Baby Bay effect.
I stop caring. And it's the truth though. It's like, I'm not going to pretend to fucking care if I don't care.
Yeah.
I can't.
I only notice you care versus PRX games though.
No, it's cap. You know that's cap. That's rage bait, and I'm not going to fall for that. That's pure cap. That's just full fucking cap.
When are you going to London, bro? When are you going to London?
How come you don't have pom-poms on there when they play?
Are you going?
Yeah, I love that team, bro. That team is so fucking good. I mean, you know it better than anyone.
Oh,
Actually. You know,
Who's going to
Ilya's such a scumbag. You know what he likes to do too? Dodo one-on-ones just to win. I'm not joking.
I'm not joking. Bro. He's him.
He just wants to win at everything. He's like, oh wait, is this your air? No, it's not.
Bro's in my chat just trolling me all fucking day, man.
Yeah, he does. He's best friends with Crystal. They're like total opposites, bro.
Really?
Sava's so chill, relaxed, like.
And he just bounces around walls, bouncing on walls.
At least my walls.
Or off walls.
Yeah. At least my
in
walls.
your walls.
He's
bro.
like that. He's like the Rick James skit. He's just like slapping his thing on my couch and shit.
What the fuck?
You can't help but love that team. That's
bro.
the thing.
No, I know. Yeah, for sure.
It's kind of surreal playing against them because like I was definitely like when I was casting and shit. I was like, man, this team's so fucking cool, bro. Like they're doing,
play them 6 times in a year. See,
they're literally doing the run it down shit that I was doing on FaZe, but like at the highest level. Like I was so cheesed.
That was so cool when we got Alex here, and he's like, yeah, like that style was really just a Smeeg. We just watched it and said we could do that. That was so cool. He actually said that.
Yeah, it was.
There was I don't know if it was the one with Josh RT or the one with him and Ilya. When he says that.
I think it was Ilya. I think it was with Ilya.
But he basically says that. He's like, yeah, that's how the W gaming for us started. We just watched it, copied it, and then we started having results.
What? So they watched FaZe Clan just rush people?
Yeah.
I'm sure they were I'm sure they were already fucking playing the game like that, and it was just like, yo,
it just fits so perfectly with like what
this
you're doing.
motherfucker could do it.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But he's
you know where we got that shit
style.
from? I was watching Vision Strikers, so it's like the cycle just keeps going, bro. Yeah. Like I was watching. No, it wasn't Vision Strikers. It was the other team.
Yeah.
The team that
they
always
were way too controlled.
It was the other team that would always play against Vision Strikers that ran like Raze Jet.
It's probably F4Q.
I think so.
I don't think it was New Turn because they were also slower. So it has to be like F4Q.
I don't remember these fucking teams. I remember Vision Strikers, obviously.
But it was some Korean team that like was just doing similar shit. I was watching them and I was like, I kind of want to do this shit.
Yeah.
And you did it.
But I thought that was cool that he did that. And he said that to him publicly.
That is pretty sweet.
Now I'm a fucking Senti main, bro. Shit feels nice.
You're locking down that Sea Lotus bomb site, man. So I see that shit.
that shit, bro.
Until he sees Primmie. They cook.
Now that's the matchup
cool thing about
I
playing
think Cruz
Vise
is gonna send that guy 12 times at you and just
the
kill
cool
you
thing about playing Vise is even if I can't shoot straight, at least I can put that motherfucker in Thorns and flash him. You know what I mean?
True.
So hey,
that's true. But that's what Device said until he kept flashing himself, and then it's like,
but David's him though.
I loved it, but he's my favorite, bro. He's so cool.
Same.
He's insane.
Guy's so awesome.
All right, boys. I'm fucking down to wrap this shit up, bro. I'm trying to
deal
the rest of my.
I'm hungry too.
All right, so I'm just gonna close this shit out.
Peace out,
officially. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching episode. Wait, I don't have it up anymore. 53?
Seriously?
53?
Esports years.
Yeah, you got it. 53. Sorry.
Thank you for watching episode 53 of Spike Talk. Thank you, Pujon, for showing up, bro. Appreciate it, dog. Yeah, that was fucking lit. And thank you guys. Don't forget to like, comment.
I'll see you in London.
Don't forget to like and comment. I swear to God, bro. Yeah, we're not doing this shit again.
Spike Talk will be in London.